I know there are people who are much more physical than I am. That would be better at this.
And with ruining, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but give you some more information.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You guys don't know if it is a one person needs to pass or a let's hit it with everybody and see how many we can, or does everybody, that kind of thing. You don't really know.
Can we ask Wally?
You can ask Wally, and Wally can tell you he doesn't honestly know.
I think for roleplay's sake, if it seems like the party's like slowing down to try to like, okay, let's take this out. Eleander is gonna lean into that and try to promote it. So I'll use control water to freeze some like tables and stumps, like a round circular vaguely table shape, and like some stumps out of ice, so that we can like sit down and carve into it and like figure this out.
Right.
That way we're not all standing on shaky ice.
And I do not think that, overall, this room is exceedingly bare. It is of the most polished and mirrored ice that you have run across. So you would have to do something like that to form those things. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So they're at the bottom of the steps. He forms a place for you guys to sit and talk. So have at it.
What are we thinking?
I'm going to ask Wally, if we fail a challenge, are we able to attempt again?
Yeah, maybe the rules.
Or is it a one-time thing?
He tells you that he does not know of anybody that has been able to fail and go through a second time.
Okay. Has he seen a bunch of other people go through it?
Yeah. How many people have tried this?
He does tell you there have been a handful of druids that have come through. The lady that gave him his ability to talk, he spills to you, has made it through these. He says there are people on occasion that come, most of them druids of the north. Some make it, some do not.
What's with all the druids coming up here and making all the walruses talk?
Mainly just one that seems to be doing that.
Oh, is this the same one that made the other walrus talk?
Reggie?
Yeah. A little bit of prodding from him in the description comes about the same, yes.
So, druids with a walrus fetish got it. Or one druid with a walrus fetish.
She got like a moose fetish and a wolf fetish. She got a couple fetishes.
So maybe like a fairy. Alright, so what's our game plan here? Do we all just take on a challenge, just pick one and go? Or do we want to split into groups and maybe try one? Have half of us try one, half of us try the other? What are we thinking here?
I mean, do we all have to pass the trial, or is it just one?
I think we should at least move as a group. That way nobody's stuck in one. Because we don't know if it's you can poke your head in and look, or I would hate for someone to get stuck alone in a room with a challenge they can't pass. And
we may as well all do it.
Yes. So is there a particular one we want to start with?
Let's knock the easy ones out first, right?
Well, what would be easy? Cruelty obviously would probably be last, but of the other three, what would be considered easy? We should probably wait for the endurance to rest up a little bit before doing that one at least.
Yeah, that one's probably.
Well, then why don't we do the endurance one first?
Take a short
rest. That is the toughest one for me.
Yeah, we do a short rest. Yeah, whoever said that.
Yeah.
If we can start resting here, yeah. I was thinking endurance, preservation to give us a physical break, strength, and cruelty. Do I have all four?
No, isolation, not strength.
Yeah. Isolation. Yeah.
I mean, if David will allow it, we're about 5 minutes of talking into a short rest. So.
If you want to take a short rest here, you could pull off a short rest.
Yeah.
As well.
Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, and we're still talking
Yes.
to him, the walrus. So Wally.
Endurance might affect health points. It might not, but it's better to be safe about it.
Right.
Roll your
Oh.
hit dice.
What?
So are we good to take a short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
For roleplay's sake, we're doing some like light calisthenics, and everybody's like taking a bite of their rations.
Everybody's stretching a little bit.
Like you've seen a Rocky movie, right? You've seen a Rocky movie, right?
I saw the Philadelphia staircase. I've run up them.
I was thinking this is more like the stormtroopers packing up to go to Genosha.
I did not run up them, but I've seen them.
Is this the
There's a lot of them.
Is this the stormtroopers that just file out of the ship and get shot like in Rogue One, or is it the cool stormtrooper scene in The Force Awakens where they pile out from the ship and shoot everybody at the beginning where they land on the?
Aren't those the bad
Genosha?
guys?
They kind of are. They still both are. But to me, The Force Awakens, while it was just to me a decent movie, and it might have been the second one, but that scene where they pile off of the starship at the beginning like a drop zone.
First one.
Oh,
That's the
man.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, to me that was a very cool scene to just be stormtroopers. I thought it was a cool scene.
Yeah, that was cool.
All right, so
Yeah, don't get many of those throughout all the movies, honestly. Not many drop scenes.
Not many drop type scenes like that. So you take this short rest, roll hit points or whatever if you need it.
Has anyone got any ritual spells or class abilities or anything you want to lay down now? If that makes sense?
Yeah. So I was going to do guidance to whomever was going to do that. Would only help for the first skill check, but if we make that like a standing rule, I can prep him by doing my spell components underneath my breath and like tapping him on the shoulder like good luck as my delivery, if you will. So I think that would be a standard one I would do. Oh man, D&D Beyond is giving me grief.
I think he means any like buffs that would give you an extra hit dice for the short rest.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I defer to the
I think of a
bards.
specific thing.
I thought Vigor did.
Bards
I'm sorry.
should have Song of Rest.
Yeah, I've Song of Rest.
I actually don't have Song of Rest, which is weird. I thought
Oh,
all
you
bards
don't?
did.
I thought all bards did.
What level are you in Bard?
9.
Yeah, so if you...
Definitely.
But Song of Rest just gives you 1d6 extra hit points. It doesn't give you 10 hit points or anything.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how everybody's doing. I'm fine on hit points, so I don't know how everybody else is
I'm
doing.
full
I'm
after the short
no.
rest. I'm
I'm going to need to roll.
But yeah, I'll play Song of Rest. That gives you an extra 1d6.
Okay, so let me roll those real quick.
And it hasn't been too awful long that you guys have long rested, so I wouldn't think you were all bad off.
I almost died the last encounter.
Yeah,
like
you gotta remember he got whacked
Well,
against the Frostrals.
I got whacked hard. Like
Right. But I mean, you're not like you. I don't think you wasted like a ton of spell slots, or did? Am I just totally forgetting that?
Very little.
I like 2. 2 for
Okay, so not
heal.
many.
Ooh, okay, so there's 10 for the first one. And you said it was just for the first heal, right?
Ernest has got a ton of spell slots left. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I used my low level one so I could, cast like Dawn or something silly.
Right.
Roll one more, I think.
I have false life that would help. I have jump, depending upon what it is. No, this is a short rest, so I can't change my spells out.
Yeah, speaking of which, I actually may look at that real quick, because I don't know why, but my guiding bolt was removed. I don't know if I accidentally, like, during a level up, it got removed or something.
You got to pray each night for cleric spells. You have to pray.
Yeah.
So if you don't select that, you know it. You just haven't prepared for you and Palor haven't had the Vulcan mind mail during that rest for you to get it. So it's still there.
No, I know that. I'm just saying I did not unequip it that I remember.
Okay.
Like D&D Beyond had an issue, not
Yeah.
like a rules issue.
Either that or I accidentally clicked something, like when I was, browsing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can think of.
As long as David's cool with it, just go back in and fix it. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
No,
Yep.
well, at this point, it's not at a necessarily a crucial
Mhm.
where changing something like that would matter. So no, please do.
Yeah. Well, as a cleric, I can do that anyway. So a short rest.
Cleric can change on a short rest?
Yeah, they can't do
I
it
think
on a
so.
short rest. They can only do it on a long.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Paladins function the same way. That's the only
Yep.
reason I turned my ear up
Gotcha.
at it.
Matter of fact, I don't know.
Gotcha.
Very few, if any, can do it on a short, right?
I don't think any can.
I
Warlocks
think-
get their spell
It's
slots
like-
back.
Yeah, they get spell
Warlocks
slots
get
back
their
on a
spell
short, but they
slots back,
can't change their spells on a.
And wizards get a couple too if they have what do you call
Right.
focus thought or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arcane recovery or something.
Yeah, arcane
Sorcerers
recovery. That's what it is.
And sorcerers can spend sorcery points to get them back. Which
Right, they can do the conversion thing.
let me make sure.
Paladins also have an optional class feature to do that as well to some extent.
Gotcha. All right, so anything specific you want to discuss during this short rest or want to do that is open to the group?
Yeah, Eddie, you said you had like.
Was there some
kinda like
concern
a
there,
stuff you
Eddie,
wanted
in a discussion you want to have, or was that just kind of keep the floor open for if there was something somebody wanted to do or say?
Well, so, and I'm not going to get in character yet because this would be like a longer conversation. I'm really concerned about you, Ellie, as far as like if this is a gravitational pull that could potentially sway you one way or the other. We want to protect you. If you were to get to that point, just know that we are your friends and we mean you no ill will or harm. But if we have to restrain you, we will for your betterment, if that makes sense. Because you are very powerful.
Yeah, if I get whammied, do what you gotta do. But like, if I'm not whammied and I can communicate that, like, I've already explained my motivation, so I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna hurt the party unless I'm like under a spell effect. I'll put that out there.
Right.
But I don't think I'm something to worry about right now. I'm not like under her thumb in any way. That's why I wanted to take the amulet of non-detection. Is specifically to cut that link off a little bit.
Gotcha. And to some degree, Ernest as well, since you both had death-like experiences, but Ellie's got a deeper connection to Auril as opposed to Ernest, but you both have a similar, influence.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
Well, that was kind of my objective when I threw up the Zone of Truth a session or two ago, is so that you guys could tell that both me and him were on the up and up. Because I have a feeling I went through the same thing he did, and I think we talked that out pretty well.
Yep.
All right. So,
Does anybody else have like lingering concerns? Sorry, I half didn't expect that.
I mean, you have a connection. I mean, we have to talk
Yeah.
about it.
I'm not saying it's not fair. It just caught me off guard. I want to make sure everybody's
Yeah.
like both in character and out of game. I'm totally on the team.
Oh yeah. I'm good with Zach. I'm just not sure about Ellie. No, I'm good. But if one of you guys are in a harmful spot for whatever the trial it is, I'm going to cast Thorn Whip and yank you out, because you can't save against it. You know what I mean? I'll yank you out of the jaws of the beast or whatever it happens to be.
At least give us a heads up before you do, though. Because, like...
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I will. I'll telegraph it beforehand.
I guess what I'm saying is that I appreciate the intent, yes, but in character, very very much in Eleander, I would be of the mindset that like we can't go into these thinking we're gonna dip our toe in the water and like eke it out until we can massage the answer that's easiest for us. I think if we're gonna do these, we have to understand that there's going to be a price to pay, and there's going to be a really real cost to getting to where we need to go. And if we go in there and pussyfoot about, it's going to hurt us more, in my head at least. Like, I don't think hesitancy is great here.
No, that's what I'm saying. You know, we're going after it, but I'm just saying there's actions that I want to let you know aware that I have at my disposal. I can't talk for anyone else, but I want to try to protect you, in turn protect us. So, I mean, there's spell magic, counter spell, all that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
If I have hold person, I don't think I have it memorized, but I could hold you. But I think you're going to be, you know, it's just good to talk about it now, you know, before.
No, yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, so I'm good. For preparation, I could do false life, guidance on someone. If we have a chance to do like a champion type person to represent us, these are some spells I can do to help out. And haste.
Yeah.
Along those lines, before we go into the room, Vigor is going to go ahead and give everybody a motivational speech.
Motivational speech
We
incoming.
got this, guys. Come on. All right. Good job. Good hustle out there. Good job.
You doing it
Eleander and Zaris are doing high knees on the ice.
You doing it at that level or anything higher?
Yeah, level 3. Yeah, that's what I spent.
Okay.
5 hit points. Simple.
Actually, it should be 15 if he did it 3 levels higher.
Ooh.
Or isn't that
No,
right?
it's just 5. It's 5 temporary hit
just-
points. Advantage on wisdom savings throws.
Oh.
That's only 5 people.
Yeah, I don't need it.
He
I'll be okay.
Well, no,
Holden
I
would
mean,
be
like-
fine
It's-
with wisdom.
Yeah.
I would say it's
Yeah, I
everybody.
don't
That'd be fine.
necessarily
It could be
need
everybody
wisdom
but me.
either. I don't
Okay,
think
as long
be
as
everybody
you're
but me.
not getting it. I was genuinely worried, like, Vigor, you can't go unprotected. We
Yeah,
all
we-
gotta make it through this, kids.
Yeah.
No,
So
heroic
who is-
sacrifices today.
Who is not getting it of the 5?
I cannot get it. I'm
No.
proficient in wisdom saves.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll do everybody but Zaris.
Okay.
No,
So everybody
heroic
but
sacrifices today.
Zaris gets 5 temporary hit points and advantage to wisdom saves for the next hour.
Yeah.
That is not concentration. And
Nice.
anybody else got any thoughts?
Although the spell ends when you lose your temp hit points, I will say that.
Oh, okay.
So you lose that
Okay.
advantage once you lose
That
those
is
hit points.
very different than aid.
It's good for like sabotage,
Yeah.
possible sabotage scenario, or not sabotage, like secret,
Yeah.
trying to take over mind things.
It's great for traveling in the Fae.
Yeah, no kidding. As
Yeah.
long as you don't get hit and lose those hit points. That's pretty cool. All right, so the walrus gives you the nod. Spinning around, he points in those 4 directions.
We put
What
it
do
in
you
the
wanna do?
chat. Which direction is which challenge, right?
Yep, basically which direction is which challenge.
Do we
You
happen
have-
to... Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was wondering if we got the directions of each particular challenge in correlation to their direction.
No, you have not. He simply pointed to you into those 4 those 4 corners, the 4 doors that stand before you.
Well, why don't we
Wally,
do this then?
Wally, do you know which one is which?
He does not.
So tell me this: when you have seen people go into those places, have they said anything about the places coming out?
Not to me. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Why would they not talk to you? You're a wonderful company. Not even the woman who made you talk?
He tells you that most people don't even talk to him this much.
When they come out of a door,
Well,
do
that's
you
some bullshit.
notice that, like, out of one particular door, they might look exhausted?
Or bloodied?
That they might look exhausted or bloodied.
Yeah, like tired from the
tired?
event.
He has seen all the trials take their toll
Mm.
on the people that take them. All the trials have taken a toll.
Is there any door when they come out they seem particularly happy to see you and want to talk to you?
That he says no. No, he has known no one that has come out happy.
Not happy, but happy to see another person like they had just been in isolation. And that they're happy to see another creature.
If anything on that one, he probably says, he probably points to the southeast room with kind of that question. He probably points, if anything, maybe there.
Do we want to do that one first or last?
Well, I mean, we don't have 100%, but we have a kind of that probably could be isolation. So it's just maybe pick one of the other 3, see what it is, then decide when we want to do isolation. I don't know. I don't know how to get suss out what the other ones are. If anybody's got any ideas, now's the time.
Is it weird that my brain thinks maybe we go for that one because we know it's isolation? Like, we at least can go into that one with some kind of preparation, whereas with the other 3, we're winging it?
I'm fine with that.
I don't know.
That logic checks out.
We can be alone. We've been together for days.
Yeah. We could go in and be alone together.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm worried is that we go in and then we get split up.
Well, that's what I mean.
Seems
It's
to be
like,
the
Well, we're
definition
definitely
of
going to get
isolation.
split up in isolation.
Well, you
If
can
we
be
get
isolated
split up-
together.
if we get
You live a
split
very
up-
sad life, preacher.
Isolated together. You don't hear that often.
That's actually a very good fear, Brandon.
I mean, that's why people hate isolation in jail, all the people in the cells you have to get crammed with.
Yeah. I think if we're gonna
Exactly.
get party split, I think we should get party split while we have as full
Yeah,
of a clip as we got.
I agree. Like, isolation and endurance are probably the only 2 that we would probably want full health on. So I would vote for isolation.
All right, I'm good with isolation.
Fine.
All right. I guess whatever you're doing or whatever door you're moving to, please do so.
One that he pointed to.
He pointed to, I will make a small circle here. This is the one he pointed at. So
Other
you
side of
come
them.
up to what looks to be a large door just made of solid ice. Seems to be very ornate in what it is, with patterns of snowflakes and storms all over it. But it is just a large door of ice. You do not seem to see any handle whatsoever.
Can I see if there's a Mines of Moria going on here? Like, see if there's like a story being told in the pattern, or if the pattern
Right.
has like, a religious
Are
significance?
you flicking away, things of ice with your and snow off the door with your hands, or are you just looking? I guess
Just looking.
we're talking
I wanna see if, like,
investigation
it's a-
versus perception.
Perception.
Okay.
Or, if you'll allow it, religion?
Actually, that would be two completely different roles.
I would go with the religion one to see
Okay.
if that's if that's a totally different thing. I would rather do the totally different
It
thing.
is kind of a totally different thing as you're looking over this depiction.
Okay. Maybe the doors tell us how to do this.
You give this door a once over and you look at the different patterns and shapes in which is in here. And as you kind of look over the door in and of itself, you do get this boding feeling of, I guess, let me get this pulled up. You get a very much feeling of solitude.
Trying to find words that are not isolation, I see.
Yes. You get this feeling of solitude.
And I'm gonna do this for the role play and also to mess with David. So you guys see me kind of like step back and look at it, and we're kind of talking over whether this is the one we're gonna go through. And Eleander kind of runs his hand down the down the wall just beside the door. Kind of he's running it down the door frame.
Yep.
He goes, "This is a place of loneliness," and I kind of look at the party and like have a very sad look on my face.
Like aloofness? Like privacy? Reclusiveness?
Absolutely.
Remoteness? Confinement? Is this what you mean?
He has a thesaurus pulled up in the other.
Yeah, somebody Merriam-Webster thesaurus right there for a second.
Yeah, if any of them is gonna split the party, it's gonna be this one.
Yep.
None of these.
Well, let's get it over with.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
Says the
Or the
fighters.
maiden decides to show up.
Says the fighters.
Yeah. Said the guy plate mail and half resistant to all magic and
That's not true.
Listen, I know I'm wearing plate mail and a shield.
you
and
just you agreed
myself.
I do
you
have
agreed
a
with
shield.
it.
Cold damage, but we'll be fine.
You agreed with the paladin. That's all you know.
Vigor looks at his leather and sees where the studs are coming out.
Yeah. As long as I'm standing in this aura, I'm feeling okay.
I do
We
not
need
have a
like
shield.
I hate to be cheesy. I hate to be very cheesy anime, but we need like a mental reminder on us so that like if we get lost in there, we can kind of like pinch ourselves metaphysically and like remind like, okay, this is just test. I'm not gonna be in here forever.
So, like, what? We need, like, a top that we can spin, and if it falls over, we know that we've come out of the...
He's about to
Basically,
inception the shit out of this.
We're not in limbo anymore? Is that what you're talking about?
He's about to inception the hell out of this right here.
We can always dimension door back.
Assuming that this doesn't take us to a pocket dimension.
Yeah. Eleander is gonna. Here's my team moment. Eleander is gonna use control water to give himself a frostbite bruise in the shape of a little rectangle with a stick coming off the side to make the hammer symbol.
Right, just a little
Like
symbol of a hammer.
Yeah, like just on the back of his hand.
Okay. Well, you're all standing in front of the door. What would you like to do? You've looked the door over, got a feeling, a boding feeling.
Shall we?
How do you want to handle it?
I don't know, priest. You want to say a quick prayer?
Oh, great spoiler in heaven. We come before you, and I start going off. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but essentially, safe passage.
Okay. And now I want to go in there!
So I guess the next question is, who is first?
Vigor will go
Who's leading
first.
this
Zara
band of?
he doesn't care.
Who's leading this band of merry men?
Yeah, let Zaris push the door open.
Zara will
All right. All right, so Zaris does move up, and in a very anticlimactic manner, you open this, and it leads into what appears to be a rather oddly shaped room. And all around this room are etched an elaborate panorama of wintry scenes as you are standing there, looking around. It's just a depiction of just wintry scenes everywhere, perfectly carved and made into the walls. However, set into the back wall is a door that is inscribed and has a large snowflake in it, and a single word seems to be carved into a lintel above the door. And as you approach it, you see the word carved in any language that you can read.
Ooh.
And it says isolation in that tongue.
Speak, friend.
How does she know my native tongue? Well, no one from here knows my native tongue.
Magic?
Magic.
It's the easy
I mean, that is
everything.
Lavistin, right?
I look at you and I go, I see it in primordial.
Okay, so she's already fucking with us.
Back
Oh,
here,
God.
I want to cast minor illusion and put the same burn mark on my wrist. I'm gonna walk up to Ellie.
Are you going to copy Eliander's?
With
Eliander's
minor
move?
illusion. What a dick.
You've got it too?
I'm just looking down.
So team.
Isolation.
All right.
So maybe we
you
should
are
say
now
it.
standing at the door labeled isolation.
Should we just say it all in unison? The word
I'll try the
isolation.
door.
Isolation?
No, wait, on
Nothing
three.
happens.
Uh,
But Eliander, you reach up, and like the first door, you lay the lightest of finger touches on it, and the door pushes open. And as the door pushes open, just inside is a very small room, but a blast of wind and air and cold rocket out and swirl around where you are and encompass all of you. And all of a sudden, you find yourself in a completely different location. Give me one quick second.
Now, everyone go to different chat groups.
Is it Disney World? Can it be Disney World? Is it Disney World? Can it be Disney World?
It's a small
Open.
world after.
It's never Disney World.
I wanted it to be Fiji.
Yeah, it's never Disney World. All right, so
Never
you
Disney
reappear
World.
here.
Can we still see each other?
Yes, you are all standing in the center of a blue sparkling haze that appears out of the ground. And as you are standing there, who here has cold resistant magic gear?
Zaris
I
does.
do.
Me.
Roland does.
Does anybody else smell the color blue?
Please check
Well-
please check your whispers. But you feel that none of your cold gear is doing anything. Matter of fact, you start checking your gear and none of it seems to work. You bring out your flame tongue for warmth and it does not fire up. You try to cast a light spell and it doesn't fire up. You find yourself shielded from the complete outside world and universe as you are standing in the middle of this snow-stormed area. And as you are standing there, you can hear off in the distance things are moving. And this ethereal voice erupts from right where you are in this cold fire that seems to be right at you. And you hear in a very feminine voice, but godly and ethereal, it says, in solitude, you can understand and harness your full potential.
Where's full potential?
No one has Hunter's Mark, right?
No.
No, I don't
Nope.
think so.
I'm
alright.
going to. I have message. Point towards a creature within range. Here's a message. So I can cast message even if I can't see my target, as long as I'm in 120 feet. So I think Eleander's going to start. I'm going to look at Vigor and Corvus, because I think both of you guys have it. And I'm going to message just...
You start to cast that spell like your magic items. You notice that nothing happens. You don't feel the build of energy. You don't feel the wellspring of power that you normally feel when you go to cast that spell. It doesn't build for that release of magic. You go to wave your hand and get that symbols of power to make those spells work, and it simply isn't there.
Anti-magic zone, it seems like.
What did the voice say again?
The voice said, in solitude, you can understand and harness your full potential.
My first thought was to walk off into the snow.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
That's not
a bad thought.
You turn into the snow and take a quick peek. And as you are standing there, you hear the sounds of creatures and something running off that is in the darkness. As you are standing there, as everybody looks kind of down to the south, tell me what this looks like, because I'm hoping this works as good as it did in something else. Are you able to see this as it comes around?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you get a glimpse of it?
Yeah.
A glimpse of it.
I think it was a centipede.
You see it run just on the outskirts of that purple fire. And as you are continuing to watch, you hear more and more. They are all around you 360 degrees in the darkness. And again, if you will look south, I'll keep doing it that way just to make this easy. You look south and something else runs just outside of your vision and does that. As you continue to do the same thing, you hear them, and they're all around you swarming. And you see another come into the light for just a moment and then run back into the darkness as it swings around.
I'll start walking out after in the direction that those things are running.
All right, so let's try to get a little bit of just some order here. Just give me an initiative. Let me clear it. Give me an initiative, that way I can just kind of keep things traveling down the party.
Sure, that's why we're rolling initiative.
We can make it happen. Honest, you are the winning initiative, so we'll pick it up at your turn, just to kind of, like I say, keep things in some kind of order. So, what does Ernest want to do? You hear his voice rip through the magic and the veil. In solitude.
David.
I'm
So
sorry.
that was Auril?
That is the voice you heard, yes. You have heard it before, so you know that voice.
And we saw the shapes. So that's concerning. I think I'm going to I will step out 5 feet. Just to... well, let's go right here, and then I'm going to start tiptoeing and come right here. So, and do I notice anything different, David? Like,
No, you still hear the footprints and the growls and the screams, everything that seems to be coming from out beyond your sight, and the light that is being cast from this cold fire that it seems to be coming from the ground.
gotcha. I guess I'll I don't want to get too far from the party, but I think we do need to make at least some forward momentum. I'm going to do 15 here, and I'm going to look back to the rest of the party and just kind of, wait for them to join, because I don't want to, get too far ahead.
Okay. Vigor.
Can I still hear everyone?
You can still hear everyone, yes.
Okay.
You can hear and see everyone.
So,
But you also hear and see this constant motion. And again, those creatures seem to come into that light for just a second and then get right back out of it.
so
But that
Vigor
is
was.
happening
Oh, sorry, go
everywhere. That's happening everywhere all around you. So it's happening to the north, the south, the west, in all directions. Every once in a while, you see those creatures kind of come in and they get in the light and immediately go back into the dark.
So I think Vigor's going to just. He was told to go to isolation, and what was it again? To find the best in him? Is that what it was?
It said, in solitude, you can understand and harness your full potential.
Your full potential. Well, Vigor's full potential is being a bard. 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'll go to there, and I'll just start quietly singing, on the dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. So that'll be my turn.
You notice that Vigor starts meandering off to the east, singing a tune. Corvus.
I'm going to hold my action until Roland moves. And as a free action, I'm just going to close my eyes and see if anything's different. That's it.
You're just going to
So
close your eyes?
my action is I'm delaying my action until Roland moves, and I will follow him if he moves.
Okay,
But as a free thing, I'm just going to close my eyes and just kind of experience the world, because my interpretation of isolation is perception. So I'm closing my eyes while I'm waiting for Roland to move to see if magic or anything, if my senses change at all.
Right. So, I don't know how much to read into that. Are you trying to see if this is an illusion?
No, I want to use my action to do that. I just want to close my eyes, see if there's anything that happens.
Okay. No, just by closing your eyes, you feel no different than what you did when you had them open. You still hear the footprints. You still hear Vigor singing. You hear the winter harsh breaths of the party that are all around you.
Okay.
Eleander.
I'm going to move. I'm going to head off. So as Vigor and Ernest kind of head out, I give Ernest like a tap on the shoulder and like a nod, like a reassuring nod. So he knows, like, you got this. It's okay. When Vigor starts singing, I give him like a very knowing, like, tilt of the head nod where I'm like, okay, he gets it. And I turn, I look at Corvus, put my hand on his shoulder, I put my hand on the Zaris's shoulder, and I give Roland a nod, and I go, it's okay. And I'm going to walk off to the north. And we're going to go 10, 20, 35.
Yep.
And once I'm fully out, I'm going to try to like channel Auril to see if I can make a spell go through, like maybe use my channel divinity or something, and try to cast Warding Wind in the mindset of like this will isolate me further.
Right.
Like,
well, you go to cast something, and nothing happens. Along with what else I told you.
Okay.
This would be completely unnatural to you at the moment.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
You got it.
David,
I
did
didn't know
you
if
trim
that
your
would play.
whiskers?
I didn't know if that would play into your role play.
No. I did. I responded to that thing you told me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do those two things line up?
A little bit, yeah. Yes,
Okay.
they do.
Then yeah, I'm actually comfortable with this. Then this is good.
Okay. Then that's you, Zareth.
Zaris, not afraid, like some of them just kind of tiptoeing it. Zaris is just going to move a full movement of 60 out into the darkness. Battle axe in hand, just ready to
Is that
go.
a dash?
60
What?
probably, yeah.
Yeah, dash. Or no, I can even go another 10, because I have 35 movement. Just going to walk straight out into the darkness.
This man's full sprinting into death.
Pretty much. I mean, there might be a big roar in there, too. He's not worried about it. And that's
Right.
my turn. And that's it for me.
So you went just dashing off that.
Mhm.
What is that? Southwest. Okay.
Yep.
So y'all just see Zaris pull the axe out and just commence to run in full bore. Roland, you're about to take a step. Corvus, you see Roland doing something. Your turn.
I'm going to follow him.
All right, you're going to follow him. All right,
Yep.
Roland, what you going to do?
Okay, so first I'm gonna try using a divine sense.
All right, you too try to focus with your divine sense, and you almost feel like you're in a feedback loop. It just doesn't appear to function, almost like you're suppressed.
Okay,
Damn.
then I'm gonna start walking. And when I see Corvus start to follow me, I'm gonna look back to him and say, I think you misunderstand the trial. I think we need to do this alone. I'm gonna do my last 15 feet.
All right, then you have moved, I think, 10, Corvus?
Yeah, I'm going to move this way.
I was about to say, how are you going to react to that?
Yeah. Okay, so my movement is 30, but then I'm just going to use I'm seeing my friends attempt magic. I've seen their hand gestures before.
Oh, yeah, you've seen it. You saw them try to do it.
So I am just going to do a good old-fashioned investigation. See if I can see through the matrix here.
Okay. Then, yeah, hit me. Actually, I think that would be more along the lines of an intelligence check, like you were trying to see through an illusion.
Okay,
That is
so
an intelligence save.
like a save and throw. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
It's slowly getting there.
That's cool. You try to look through this illusion like it is fake, like it might not be real.
Mm-hmm.
And this feels as real to you as every storm and every battle and every situation that you have been to up to this point. None of this comes through as fake. This feels real cold. This feels real dangerous.
Okay.
It is as real can be to your tiefling eyes and senses and brain in whatever happens in a savings throw.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm to whoever can hear. It appears real. I thought this was something different, but it's not. And that's the end of my turn.
Up
Sorry,
ahead
just
in
a
the
little funny
distance,
about-
I saw a shimmering light. That's all you're back.
All right, Ernest. Back to you, sir.
So, have we seen any other creatures to the north or
You
to
see
the
that
east?
same just to save time. That same thing I did to the south actually is happening everywhere in your vision.
Oh, okay.
It is
Okay,
happening
I'm
to the
expecting
east.
Ernest to turn around and go, wait,
Yeah.
swap sides with me, swap sides with me.
Yeah, it is happening to the east. It's happening. Everybody sees this in different directions. When all of y'all look north, if you wait long enough, those creatures swing past. But when they stay in that purple light that you just stepped out of, then they get into it. They seem to stay for a very short amount of time and then run right back out of it. But they come at you and into that light in everywhere. And when you watch it, sometimes it happens to the north and the south at the same time. These are not one creature running all around you. It happens to the north and then at the south at the same time. Sometimes it happens east and west and south at the same time. In all shapes and sizes of the three things that seem to come at you. But as they run at you and the purple haze, they get a few steps in and they make a button hook and run out, but then they keep moving out in the darkness. And this is happening 360 degrees.
Gotcha. So it seems like if we stay in the light, we are relatively safe as long as we're in the full light. So I'm going to... Oh, well, I say that and this creepy sound effects come on.
And you hear that from out in the dark. I mean...
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go 30 and start humming. Like gradually getting more and more nervous. Like as I'm like walking off, and you can hear it waver a bit.
I got you.
You know, he tries to be like put on a strong
He ain't
face.
running, but he's walking and humming. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna go back to Vigor.
My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for dinner. That's me.
Still not running, but just strolling and singing. Is that correct?
Yeah, just singing into the darkness.
Singing into the darkness. All right, Corvus, back to you.
Which way is the wind blowing?
Honestly, it's probably a swirl given the way this works. You're not feeling the direction of it just going against you. It is probably swirling in all directions.
David, sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
I think you still have my sword on.
I might.
So I'm not experiencing the full desperation of darkness.
Are you
that I
not?
should be.
Oh, you are.
No.
I have dark
Yes.
vision on, so I can see
I should be much more terrified.
People should have dark vision, of course. How about that?
Didn't change.
Did for
Well,
us.
there is light coming from the blue as
Oh,
well.
yes. Now, there is light coming from the blue thing, so it would not
Yeah,
change.
I'm saying that, but it looks like I have my own circle of light that I'm creating.
Let me see.
Don't you have night vision goggles?
I do have goggles of night vision. So
Yeah,
are those,
that's probably it then.
Is that what I'm saying? Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay, cool.
'Cause that is 60 feet. It is
Yes.
quite a ways.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to be the proper amount of horrified.
Well, yeah, and not to ruin it, there is some magic going on here that does certain things to certain things. Which is why I'd like to. I don't know how to explain it without ruining it. Like your goggles of night never quit working, but your flame tongue won't do nothing.
Okay. I just
Okay,
wanted to
sounds
make
good.
sure.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
that just,
answer it now than later.
yeah, that clarifies. I don't have to
I didn't even
unequip my
think about
goggles. Yeah.
All right. So on Corvus's turn, I'm
Yes, Gordon's turn.
I'll take the lead, as overt as it is. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'll play along. I will play to my strengths. I will unfurl my wings.
Yep.
And I'm going to hover because I'm trying to be, very tiefling-like.
Sure.
And I will have like a wrench in my my spare hand, and I'm tightening up my my sled shield that I have, playing on my strengths. I'm sarcastically just torquing away at this bolt, this rivet or whatever on the shield as I'm hovering off the ground. And
Give
I'm
her
just
the
kinda,
middle finger while you're
How
at
high
it.
off the ground are you going?
well, because the winds are kind of weird, I'm only going to go like 5 feet.
Okay, well you notice a difference. It is not a blizzard or a storm. This is not the kind that would throw you around or you would have to make a check. This is just winds that seem to swirl in all directions and blow and whatever. But it is not the kind of storm at which you knew you would have to fight against.
Okay, then I'm going to go straight up 25 additional feet, just straight up. I'm
All right.
isolated myself vertically.
I'm going to add that to your token.
Yeah, so it's
So
a
you
total
went
30. 5 and then
Oh, okay.
another 25.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're going to go straight up. Your total movement 30.
Right.
You got it.
It's
So
looking around. Yeah.
okay, it gets no different as far as the view. Technically, the minute you start getting to the edge of this light, it starts to get dark, and it's only your vision that you have.
Gotcha.
Eleander.
Trying to think. I'm gonna move, obviously.
All right.
And can't cast spells. I'm gonna draw my longsword.
Yep.
Yeah, just draw the longsword, have my shield ready. I'm very calm, very at peace with this. Not really looking at anything, just kind of keeping straight ahead, just walking into the night. I am gonna turn the blade over while it's pointed down to see if it frosts up like it normally does.
That's so funny.
But other than that, yeah, keep walking.
All right. Then you keep walking. Gonna keep the action moving. Zaris.
Zaris is still full sprint.
Make it happen.
A full 70.
Alrighty, I don't know if anybody can even still see him.
I'm gonna go with no on that one.
No kidding. I think you're completely out of sight range.
See who? I forgot who it was.
Roland.
All right, I am going to use free action to put up my weapon, and I am going to start running as well.
Yeah.
It looks correct for goggles of night, 60 foot of dark vision. So it looks
Cool.
correct.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I was noticing a larger than normal aura, so just wanted to check.
That'll be my turn.
Roland, he's about out of sight. Ernest, you're up.
Yeah, seeing all my compatriots start moving away, I guess I'm going to move away as well. And I guess as my action, I'm going to use dash. So I'll come another 30. And in my turn.
All right, you now see nobody. Vigor.
And there she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell, and I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven, or this could be hell. That's me.
That's probably all you hear in the wind, Ernest. Just a very faint Vigor. Did you move?
Yes, I moved 30 more feet. I'm not in a hurry to get there,
You're
but I'm
not
not
in a
slow.
hurry.
I'm just... I'll get there when I get there.
I got you. Corvus.
Oh, man.
People are starting to vanish.
Yeah, I'll go 30 feet up.
You gonna go another 30 feet up?
Sure.
You got it. Let me keep track. We're gonna change it to 60. Like I say, the only thing
at this point that you probably see at 60 feet up is the light that is coming off of the fire at the bottom.
Okay. I guess while I'm up there, I will. I mean, I'm perfectly 60 feet below. I'm going to attempt to cast Create Bonfire right below me.
All right, you fly up your regular 30 feet. You try to do a bonfire, and like the other spells, it just seems to fizzle.
Right. Okay.
The power doesn't build.
All right. That's it.
Eleander.
Yeah, I guess we boogie oogie. I'm gonna I will use my action to dash, but I'm not gonna move the full extra 35, if that makes sense. Like I'm just kind of breaking into a jog to try to like pep myself up and like keep going with my little mantra in my head. Like this is what it is. And I'm just repeating that thing that I told you.
Okay. Zaris.
Same thing.
Right, please move.
Pretty sure
Zaris is gonna run out of map.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I can't see it because the turn order thing's in the way. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've run out of map. I can keep going down into the corner, but if I keep going in the straight line, I've run out of map.
Right. I think you've kind of got something there, don't you?
Yeah. And yep, that's it for me.
All right, so you just keep running the way you're going?
I mean, at this point, he's put up his great axe and is on all fours.
I need everybody to check your whispers real quick. If you got him, you got him. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, but at this point, he's just on all fours,
just
ass.
Continuing to run out the map.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Roland.
Another dash. There.
Got it. Anything else, Roland?
That'll be it.
Ernest.
He's going to continue on humming this little light of mine.
This little light of mine.
And I guess we will go take the dash as my action come 30. And
you got it.
Yep.
Vigor.
Then she lit up the candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say... I'm done.
And you're done. All right, about the time everybody found themselves spread out and all alone in the dark, you are suddenly whisked back to the room that you were in. Each of you having one small snowflake that floats above your head.
I immediately check my gear
and then
see if it works.
Your gear now works.
I'm just going to go. Welcome to the Hotel California.
and in all of that, you hear Auril's voice that says, depending on others makes you weak. And that little snowflake glistens a little bit. And you seem to be content in that you passed the trial of isolation.
I have a quick question. Vigor, is it Hotel California or is it something else?
Yeah. Welcome to the Tavern California.
Yeah, so at that point, like as we all hear that, and you pause singing for us to hear that, Eleander looks at you and goes, "Welcome to the Hotel California," and kind of like gets a little smile on his face, like, hey,
"It's such a lovely place, such a lovely face."
Humming it now. So with that, you find yourself passing the trial of isolation as you were willing to go off all by yourself and into the dark and what could possibly be there and could have easily killed you
Hey David, with some context, can I go back over these murals and roll religion or something else to see if they have any significance, to see if like they do tell a story or they do provide some sort of
Yes, you can. Please
insight? Okay. Is it religion again, or is it
do.
something else?
It is religion again.
Alright,
And
I want
you
to
can
see
do
if there's
that.
instructions on the wall.
And because this is directly related to your studies,
Uh-huh.
if you would like to roll that at advantage, not
8 o'clock.
that you probably need it with 22. You can tell that every one of these depictions has to do with the isolation of Auril. In that is her preference. It is depictions of the religious theory and the religious doctrine from behind her, in her isolation from other gods, how she took authority at some point and became isolated, how she wanted that, and that is part of her coven of isolation. And it doesn't just expand to just things she has done. You literally see things where, like, the text and the written images, she is even fine with being isolated from even her own followers and their followers to be isolated. So it's not just in a sense of, being isolated from all these other gods. It's a true isolation.
I'll kind of narrate to the party what I'm finding as I'm finding it, and make a comment that maybe to kind of humanize her a little bit. But as far as my teachings and understandings have gone, she was just an ice goddess. Like she adored all the things about the crystal and the cold and nature and all that, and she was run out of town basically by some of the other gods, and that's why she's so desperate to hold on to this place and so angry and cruel about how she handles people, is because she is a bit a product of what she's been through,
Gotcha.
So like, if the murals are saying this, if they're communicating this, and like I show everybody, like, look, they're fucking beautiful.
They kind of
We
are.
need to pay attention before we move through and see if we can pull anything.
So what you're saying is we are all just prisoners here of our own device?
I kind of hum the riff under my breath now. You've got that song stuck in my character's head.
All right, so with that, you find yourself passing the trial of isolation. You may move back into the larger room and tell me which direction you would like to go now.
The door is closed.
Oh, it is closed as it closed behind you.
It's boopy.
Go ahead and
Shut
proceed.
poopy. Shut poopy.
Alright, where to next, kids?
The crew you'd like to.
Hey, Wally, for future reference, that way is isolation.
Okay.
He's gonna spin himself around so much on this floor, he's not gonna know which way's which.
That's the way I was playing it.
As everyone leaves, Eleander is going to take like a dagger or something and go to the wall right next to the door and carve like, not the word isolation, but like a symbol of isolation next to the door that he would know from like Auril's books as like a check mark. Like, okay, we did that one.
It's just a stick figure of a guy crying. Sad. And then there's like 10 more stick figures, he's by himself.
That's not quite snowflake enough. I will put it there just as a reminder.
Cool.
Nope.
There you go. So that you can at least have a reminder that one has been snowflaked.
Unlocked, we got the achievement.
Yep. All right. So 3 more to go. Gentlemen, where to?
I kind of pat Ernest on the back with like a half smile. Like, see? We got through it. You're good. Right?
Yeah. Good. And you see him kind of like just, that 1,000-yard stare. Like, where he's just like, ah.
I give him a little bit of a shove from the back so that he starts sliding on the ice very gently. I go, which one next?
Well, canonically, I had crampons on, so I mean that would be like you puke,
False.
trying to knock me over.
You're more like a this thing, the Weeble Wobble. It won't fall down.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Just start weebling and I'll wobble the other way.
the only thing I think you learned, and just as a refresher, is you found out that all of those temporary hit points from the spell that you had is now gone. Your magic that you have as far as items and things is now working, but you have come to realize that there's little way of cheating to skirt some of the danger.
Don't be
So
scared.
set
Can't
yourself
dodge
back
the
to
being
normal
in
hit
there.
points and whatever, and no magical effects. So you now have 3 doors left. You have the northwest, northeast, and the southwest.
So, what you guys want to go clockwise or counterclockwise? I say we just pick one and go.
Weird. Eleander says, "I don't have a clock."
Yes, but are you wise?
I think it's
Well,
probably
you're right.
wisest to whatever Eleander thinks direction-wise, because he knows this place or knows of it better than I
Brandon,
think all of us.
I don't know if you caught it. After I gave you the little pat on the back, I said, "You pick the next one." So I don't have a fucking clue.
I did not hear you say that. No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He was too busy staring off into space.
Yeah, exactly.
That 1,000-yard
exactly.
stare was way past the clock.
I guess I'll just go to the one that's closest to me and just investigate it.
So you're going north, I guess.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'll
so
follow
that-
right behind him.
It appears just exactly like the one below, and in good fashion, you reach up and with the lightest of touches, it just opens, and it opens into another room that looks exactly the
question.
same.
Party question before we break the threshold. Eleander posed this to the group after we're kind of done with the jokey and trying to air out the room of like, ooh, that was fucking terrifying. After everyone kind of like gets the giggles out, Eleander would kind of resume his normally pretty stoic face and look at Vigor and the rest of the party and kind of catch everybody before we go in and go, if we are meant to do these challenges, I feel like we're meant to not just do them, but learn something. Right? Like, she's not just having you do these to unlock a door. It's like,
She has lessons.
yeah. I don't want to suggest this like I'm trying to split the party or anything like that, but like, do we want to have people go in this room and some stay out to see if there's a way we can try again or come back in, or you know what I mean? Because that one we all just went in, and if the door's locked behind us and we were fucked, we'd all be fucked. I don't know which one would be the right call. I don't even think that is the right call, but I wanted to put
Well-
the idea in case smarter people.
So, counterpoint, we didn't really go in. You touched the door and we were all sucked in.
Oh, no, I'm in the outer door.
Proximity
I mean,
to
it
the
may
door.
just be, yeah.
I think what he means is, going into the chamber part.
So stay out here with the walrus.
The
Yeah.
inner door probably sucks anyone in that chamber into the test. I mean, as long as no one dies from these things, if someone wants to go first and inform the party, or doing it all each individually, but
That's true too. Like,
I
have someone
don't-
go in and do it, and then come out and say, "This is what it was."
I don't know about this either. If you will notice, the spell I cast on you earlier has faded. Auril does not seem to be very keen on us trying to game the system. I feel like she wants us to just do this very straightforward, like.
and also out of character, I'm not sure if we should have our DM do this 6 times each.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, David, we need
Totally
6
get
private
that.
chambers.
Yep.
I need you to do all of them at once.
6 more
I guess I
private
just wanted to
rooms.
voice it so that other people could agree and say, like, "No, that's a dumb idea."
Actually, if any of these are lengthy, like the isolation one would have been a quick one if we did it individually, but Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
some
I
of these
do
are
like the
long.
idea of individually going in and like each of us trying it our own ways without like party influence. But
And
I
I don't
agree,
mind.
though.
I truly don't mind doing it that way. But it is going to be boring for everybody else when it's not your turn, and I imagine it will chew up 2.5 hours pretty quick, even for
yeah,
just one trial. I don't mind doing it that way if people don't mind, sitting around and eating popcorn while we're down in a different chat room.
I think we
Uh,
should just do it all together.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the right way. I just wanted to.
it
I
would be
wanna
more
make sure
fun
we're
in
covering all
character,
bases.
but we just don't have the time.
right.
You're right.
All right, so the door is open, and inside, once again, you see walls that are oddly shaped in this room, but each of the walls etched with a panorama of winter scenes. Set in the back wall, there is a door inscribed, and again, a large snowflake, and you see a single word that is carved into the lintel above it. And then no matter what language you have, when you read it, it simply says, endure.
Oh, awesome! We got a good pick then.
Yeah, let's knock this one out.
Let's do it.
Everybody, almost unconsciously, Eleander pulls out like a loaf of bread from one of his rations and tears it in half and then in half again, and takes the stub and passes it around and just starts munching.
All right, so a little bit of bread before endurance.
Anyone have any wine?
Carbo load.
Yeah, he's
Carbo
carbo
load.
loading.
Anybody have any Gatorade? This is endurance, man. We need electrolytes.
We all start doing jumping jacks, toe touches.
Oh, you got to stretch. You have to stretch. You'll be so sore tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so in good fashion, you read endure on the wall, and again, the first person touches it, and the door swings open, and that same storm swirls out into the room and encompasses you all and whisks you away. And in doing so, we are going to the next map. Let me drag the tab. You should find yourself at the bottom of this map, and you look to find yourself at the base of a mountain. However, in this, you will find yourself in the sense by yourself. Each of you are at the base of a mountain. You seem to be under a very similar effect. This would be a skill check run as you try to move yourself up this mountain. You're standing at the bottom in what basically appears to be, in the better sense of anything, a base camp. And from here, you will be moving up the dotted line in an attempt to make it to the ruined camp above. And so with that, I'm going to jump back to the initiative order again. So please click your token and get on the board, and I will just basically start in that order.
Are our crampons still on?
You do find your crampons still on, but what you once again found was that certain things seemed to work and certain things didn't.
Sure.
You noticed your goggles never seemed to falter. But
Right.
you see that most of your magic seems to have zero effect. Physical items seem to be, in a sense, working. Like your crampons seem to be working. Your rope seems to be working. But, you try to cast bonfire, say, to get a little heat and warm your fingers, and zero. So with that, everybody is, I think, on the board. We're going to put this into some order. And Vigor, I am going to let you go first. This is, you're going to take some damage here, so, just be prepared for that and how hit points work. Plus, I'm going to give you another mechanic here shortly.
Okay.
All right, Vigor. You find yourself on your side of the mountain, and this voice, and all of you hear this as you are standing there. It just, again, her voice comes out of nowhere, and it says, exist as long as you can, by whatever means you can. Only by enduring can you outlast your enemies. And
Bitch, I have pined after the same woman for 20 years and I just got her. Fuck off.
Get out of here. And you appear at the base of this mountain, and it seems almost an impossible height and impossible bad weather. The storm is just brutal in this area, as you know and feel at the top of this mountain. You can see the aurora borealis, and you feel a sense of safety if you could just get to it, to make progress and endure the trek to the top. And so with that, we're going to start with Vigor. Vigor, I'm gonna move your token.
Okay.
You get to
I was
here.
just gonna ask.
Yep, you get to here, and as you are climbing, and everybody's going to see this depending on how people go, the terrain in this particular area is just unforgiving. The tundra is just terrible. And in good nature, the unforgiving tundra is harsh on you. So I need you to make currently 3 skill checks. I need you to make a 12, a 14, and a 16 Constitution save.
Oh, I'm good at this.
12, 14, and 16. First one
On top of Old Smoky, all covered with snow.
makes it. The next 2 do not. You're gonna
Yeah, I
take.
lost my
You're
true
gonna take
lover.
10 points of damage.
From Corton to Slow.
I thought the second one was a 14.
16.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I did say no. 12, 14, 16. So 2
Yeah.
passed, 1 failed. You're gonna take 5 points. Let me get back to that. Now, here's what you can do should you want to, and this will come into play depending on how bad you fail a save. You can spend 2 hit points for every plus that you want, and make her fail a save. If you're understanding me, for every 2 hit points, you can get a +1 to the save.
Very cool.
But in this, obviously, in
Okay.
this case, it wouldn't work out. You took 5 points of damage.
Did he move 30 or 60?
He's not technically moving at all. This is his trek up the mountain, and each of you are technically doing this individually.
We're like the little guy on Price is Right that goes up the thing and yodels.
Yeah, but you die.
We don't know
Okay.
that for sure.
We're about to find out.
Yeah.
All right, you need anything else from me?
That is it for you. You've made it to the first checkpoint. Zaris.
Bullshit Peak, sure.
Actually, you know what? Hang on. I want to do something before we do that. Because you only failed 1, I want to keep going with you a little bit. So let's you continue to move up the trek with your one failure, and as you move up and you continue to move up the mountain, making your way up the passes, during the storm and blizzard and everything, you run into basically a minor avalanche, for the lack of a better word. And I need you to make that same thing, which is a 12, a 14, and a 15 or 16.
Con save again?
On save again.
12,
12, 14, 16.
14, 16.
I'll see if I can get it right this time.
So for every 2 hit points, I lower the DC?
Well, it basically, in a sense, for every 2 hit points you want to spend, you can get a plus to that con save, but you take the hit points immediately.
What's the plus?
It's a +1 for every 2 points you spend, or 2 hit points you give up.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's a miss, a hit, and a miss. So that's
A
10.
miss, a hit, and a miss. The first one, however, is a miss by more than 5. So that one, you're going to take 10 points of damage, and the other miss is 5. So you took a total of 15 points of damage from the avalanche that just simply comes off your hit points. Now you may spend something to change that if you would like. It is a 12, so you would have to make it less than 5. You would have to spend quite a few.
Like for your third save, you could spend 2 hit points to keep you from taking 5 damage, so you net gain 3.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, then you will take simply the 10 from the first one.
That's cool. It's like very scaled damage.
All right, so I'm going to leave it there since you technically, in a sense, failed to. So we're going to move to Zaris. Zaris, same thing. You move up to that first objective. It is a terrible, unforgiving tundra. 12, 14, 16 for me, please. Fail, make it.
I'm going to spend 2 hit points. Or can I do it on the first one?
Yes. You can
I'm going to spend 2 hit points to make that first one.
You got it. Now do the same up at the modern avalanche for me, please. 12, 14, 16.
Ooh.
Made it.
It is.
Oh, no.
Failed it. So you are going to take 5 from that one.
That's cool.
All right. So you still technically only failed 1. We're going to move up to the next one. As you continue to climb, you come to a perilous climb.
Oh.
So here you find things are a little bit harder. It is a 13, 15, 17.
Okay, I made that one.
Yep.
The 27.
Yep.
Oh.
27. I think I made them all.
You did make them all. So you will take no damage from that as you continue to go up.
Hot cat.
And as you continue to move up, you accidentally get into a heavy avalanche.
Yep.
And from here, it is a straight DC all across the board as you move up and fall into this heavy avalanche. It is a DC 18.
Con? Oh, no.
That was Ernest.
I was about to say, am I missing something?
Is it still me?
I thought you said all.
Is it 3 DC?
No, not everybody. It's just
No, it's just me.
All the DCs are the same, I think he said.
That's it.
Yeah, they're all the same at 18.
Oh, so
You got
I
2 more to
still
go.
I
you
thought
got
it was just
20
all for one for all. My bad.
Nope.
Not that one. But I made that one.
All right, so you're going to take 10 off of the less than you failed it by more than 5.
Yep,
So take
that's
10
cool.
straight hit points. It looks like you technically
Still only failed 1.
Still only failed 1. So up the mountain you go.
We're just gonna do it in one go, boys.
Am I gonna one go this?
I don't know.
It was the best of us.
All right, so you move up to the deadly climb as you continue to go up the path. And this one is a 16, an 18, and a 20.
Man. Okay.
16,
There's my 2 fails.
18,
Actually,
20. That'll be your 2 fails. And you're going to take none of them are by 5, so you're going to take a total of 10. 5 for each fail.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, spending the hit points wouldn't help you here.
No, it wouldn't. I was doing the math.
Yep. All right, jumping back to Ernest. Ernest, you're kind of seeing what's happening here. Ernest, you quickly get on the mountain and start moving up. Unforgiving Tundra, please give me that 12, 14, and 16 save.
Okay.
Made it.
Okay, no. Okay.
Made it. You're going to take 5 damage, Ernest.
Okay.
However, you did make it successfully through the Unforgiving Tundra. Please do so again as you move up to the avalanche. But this time, it is 13, 15, and 17.
17, okay.
No,
Oh!
I'm sorry. It's the same. This one's the same. It's times 2.
The first 2 are 12.
Yeah, first 2's the same.
Okay.
It looks like 7, 20, and 18, so you failed 1.
Yep.
So you're going to take 5 points of damage, please.
All right.
Oh,
And you
skirted
move up.
the line, too.
Yep, you move up to the
sorry.
perilous climb, and this one is the 13, 15, 17.
Okay.
You got this, man.
Yeah, I'm looking real quick to see if I have
break it up a little bit.
any potential item, not magical, that could give me some sort of advantage. I don't think I do, though. So I guess we're just going to push on.
13,
Oh.
15, 17.
God.
That one's by 5.
Oh, no.
That one's by 5.
Okay, on
and
the
that
money.
one makes it. So you are going to take 20 points of damage.
Oh, no.
10 from the first, 10 from the second. And that is a 2 failer. So take 20 damage, please.
Ugh.
And we're going to move down to Corvus. Corvus, you find yourself at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah. Probably can't fly up there, huh?
That would be a correct assumption given the storm to climb.
Yeah. All right, here we go. And
with
is this
that-
bludgeoning or cold damage?
This is just it's just straight hit point damage. It's not cold. It is how can you endure the climb? It just does hit points of damage.
All right. Will you allow me to cast false life on myself?
You try to cast false life, but it does not take effect. It is simply your hit point pool and the ability to endure.
All right. So I need to do 3 Constitution
Yes.
saves.
First ones would be 12, 14, 16.
It's moving really slow tonight.
Comporium doesn't like you.
Oh!
One more. The suspense is killing them. All right, it's a 2 fail, so you're going to take 20 damage, and you're going to halt right there.
Right.
Technically, the mountain is killing him.
Well, yes, this is true. Roland, same thing, please, sir. Up your face of the mountain. 12, 14, 16. You only failed 1. You'll take 5, and you continue to move up on the trek. Take the 5 damage. And then make the same thing again. 12, 14, 16 as you try to bypass a minor avalanche. Success.
Fail.
Well, just
take
one.
the -4 to make that a
I
meat.
think I would too. So you will take 4 damage. Turn that into a pass. And we'll move you up to the perilous climb. Now this one is a 13, 15, 17.
Oof.
13,
-2 to make the first one a pass.
All right, so you're going to take a total of 12. 2 for 2 for whatever you needed to pass it. The second one was a fail by more than 5, and so you took 10. And you will pause right there. Back to our last in the group, Eleander. Please make your climb.
Alrighty.
12, 14, 16.
Ooh, no.
All right. So you're going to take 15 and pause right there. Back to Vigor. Vigor, if you could do a 12, 14, 16 for me, sir.
Oh, no.
12, 14, 16. It looks like you are hung up in the avalanche. You're going to take 5 and 10, so a total of 15.
Actually, I'm gonna take 5 to pass that first one.
Okay. Then take the 5. It still revolts to the same, but you pass. Going to move you up to the perilous climb, which is a 13, 15, 17. And like I say, you'd still take the 15.
Right.
But you pass to move.
Here's my next 3.
You're going to take 10, but you pass the other 2, and you will move up to the hardest check of all.
Starting off right.
Well, not the hardest check of all, but at 18, you have.
Hey!
Hey,
Oh!
you passed 2 and failed 1, so
There
you're
we
going to
go.
you are going to take another 10
It's just
because
a
you
cut
failed
on
it.
the lip. You got
Failed it
this.
by more than 5, but you passed 2, So now you're moving up with Zaris, and it is a 16, an 18, and a 20.
I wish we had time for people to narrate those spectacular passes and fails.
Yeah. 16, 18, 20.
I'll take three to pass the second.
Oh?
Well, technically it would be 6 because you would.
2 per level.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the numbers wrong.
Yeah,
I thought you
so
said
might as
18.
well- yeah, you might as well 16, 18, and 20. But it's 2 hit points per plus, so it'd be 6 points. So you'll take 15, but you find yourself halted.
Okay.
Zaris, same thing for you, sir. It is a 16, an 18, and a 20.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna take. Ooh,
You
I
gonna
didn't
take
mean
the
to do that.
4?
Oh,
no!
That was not a good round for you.
no, it wasn't.
You could obviously take 4 instead of 5 on the top one, but
Yeah.
then you would take a total of 24 damage.
Actually, I have a question.
Sure.
I have a skill that I can do. It's called the Indomitable thing, where I can re-roll a savings throw that I fail. And that's not like magic or anything. That's just something that I can do.
Just an innate straight
it's
ability, no magic
part of my-
whatsoever.
Nope, it's just part of my class.
Is this a saving throw? This is a saving throw. This is
And
a
this
saving
is a
throw.
save, so I think I'll rule that to work, given that this is not, you don't have like a magic, it's not magic in some way.
Are we specifying which save it is?
In this case, it would have to be, because if you failed like the first one, would you want to re-roll that one, or would you do obviously
No,
the 10?
I'll take the 4 for the first one
Yep.
to make that a pass.
Okay.
And then
you
I'll
re-roll the
do
10?
the second one.
All right.
There we go.
So that would technically make it. So you're still going to take 14 damage,
Yep, that's cool.
but that does make that 2 passes. So you continue to move up. As you move up, you tend to find what looks to be a frozen pass as you move up and into the upper portions of the mountain, even closer. And this particular one is the exact same thing, a 16, an 18, and a 20.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
No, yes,
Oh no.
no. You're going to
I'll
take...
take the. I'm trying to think what would be. Is it smarter to take the
The
8?
eight?
It's 8 either way, isn't it?
Well, it's 10 for the top one and 5 for the bottom.
Then yeah, I guess I'll just stop right here.
You got it. You take
15.
15 and you're held right there. Ernest, back to you, sir. You are at the 13, 15, 17, please.
Yeah. All right. Oh no. Alright.
Keep going.
That ones are killing us.
Oh, okay.
Made it.
Okay.
You're going to take
There we
10
go.
damage, but you move up to the 3 18s for me, sir.
3 18s.
Yep, DC
Yeah.
18 3 times.
Oh my god.
Some actual
Uh-oh.
dread at the table tonight.
All right.
Little bit.
All right. Come on. Oh no. I'm going to what would that be? 6 hit points to get that to a pass.
Yep.
We're gonna do that.
All right, so that's 1 pass.
And
Last one.
please. Oh,
Made it.
thank you.
All right, so you are going to take 10 and 6 for 16, but you actually pass, so you get to keep moving. But you do take the 16.
Oh,
All right,
God.
moving on up, 16, 18, 20.
I'm scared. I have 10 hit points. I can't use. Ugh. We're going to And you said my spells, like when I've tried to cast them, they just don't work.
They do not work. This is all your singular person endurance with no real reliance. Zaris is a little bit sketchy because it's not magic in any way. So I kind of let that go through. But yeah, magic is pretty much out. It would have to be your ability, in a sense, to endure.
Okay. We're gonna do one test roll, and if this rolls bad, I'm gonna grab the regular dice because I'm. Oh no! All right. Crap! I don't see them nearby. All right. Oh my god!
All right. We're gonna pause you and put an X on you for now. You find yourself collapsed on the side of the mountain. Corbin.
Oh, I can't go on.
Can't go on.
Go on without me.
Success.
I mean, you're alone, so we don't even know you've collapsed.
Yeah.
Success. Need a 16. I can't read it. You're going to take 10 points, Corvus, but you move up to the minor avalanche for the same thing. Another 12, 14, and 16.
God, you have a +7?
He's killing it.
That's awesome.
Artificer.
Success.
Yeah.
Smart. He's almost as good as Zaris is with those.
He's better than me.
That one didn't make it.
Jeez.
Actually, now that I think of it, he's just as good.
Well,
Because
you
the
know,
only reason I'm
Eddie's-
better is 'cause I have a cloak.
he's had an equal number of +1 of nat ones though.
Yeah,
I think it would be
I've
smart
rolled
on
3.
that one, Eddie, to take 2 points of damage and pass it.
Yeah.
So you're going to take a total of 12 damage, but you pass it and move.
Okay. I'm
You
gonna
go up to the perilous climb.
Alright, what's this one?
This one is 13, 15, 17.
I'm trying to roll these quickly without over-rolling.
Boom. Success. One more. You're moving up no matter what.
I can take some points, right?
You can take 4 points of damage and pass all 3.
Yeah, it's still less.
Oh yeah, still less, yeah.
Mhm.
And you're moving up anyway. All right. However, this is the harder one. The DC 18 times 3.
Con?
Yep, you're still a con, right in the middle of the heavy avalanche.
Fail.
Ooh.
Success.
That should be 2.
That really should be 2.
It should be.
That really should
Hey, you got it
be.
anyway.
But he made it anyway. So you're going to take 5 points of damage,
Okay.
and you move up
Strength?
to the deadly climb. Nope, it's all con.
Yeah.
This
Only
one
Zaris is up to strength.
This is a 16, an 18, and a 20.
Nice.
Doing it.
26 is killing it. That's the first one. 21
Yep.
makes it.
One more time.
One more
You're
time.
not dying this round.
Oof.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad.
You're
Spin
still
two.
going to pass it.
Not
You're
bad.
going to take 5 points of damage, but you still passed it.
But unless I spin, right? 2?
Well, you would have
You
to.
have
If
to
the
spend
DC is
6.
20, so you'd have to spend 6. You'd be better off
Oh,
just
yeah,
taking
yeah,
the
yeah.
5.
Gotcha.
I'm going to do a word separator here. So you were at the frozen pass. You're finding yourself getting closer to the top of the mountain. It is same thing again, a 16, an 18, and a 20.
Whew, here we go.
This one is strength?
No,
No,
I rolled the wrong thing earlier, but I failed
Yes.
them anyway, so it doesn't
You
matter.
failed him anyway, so it didn't matter about
Yeah,
the
I
roll.
noticed.
Is it 20?
I noticed it.
16, you made it. That one you failed, that's 18. And that you failed as a 20. So you find yourself getting held up
Ooh.
unless you want to spend more hit points than you're going to take.
It's not going to matter.
I'm
He's only at 8.
You took 5 from the first one and 10 from the second.
Can I burn any points? That'd be 6 hit points to pass, right?
16,
Yeah,
18. To make it 18,
Yeah, it's 3 points.
need-
That's 6. 6 hit points.
If your hit points currently on your token are correct, you're going to be dying there.
Yeah,
anyway.
there's nothing.
Yeah,
There's
because if you
nothing.
spin 6 and then take 5,
You're still at
you're
11.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Corvus got to close to the top. He finds that the weather was far too much. Rolling.
Okay.
Split
And what are
out.
the numbers?
Where are you at? You are at one,
You're
two.
at
You were at the
13.
third one. So you were at 13, 15, and 17. 13, 15, 17. You did not make the second
Okay.
one. You're going to take 5 damage, but you're going to move up to the next one. And that one is
Straight
318.
18s.
Nope, nope, and nope.
Uh,
You going to try to do anything and manipulate to keep going?
I gotta think real quick. So that 13 is a miss by 5, is that the minus 10?
Yes.
Or does it have to be lower? Okay, so I'll take a minus 2 to get the 13 up to 14 at least.
Okay, so then you'll just take a total
9,
of 10.
18.
You take 5 from the top one and 5 from the third one, second, third.
Yeah.
All right, you'll take 10 and get froze right there. Eleander, back to you, sir. You are at 12, 14, 16.
Yeah. Alright, come on, dice. 1, 2, 3. I will take
You got
4 to make that last one pass.
all right. So you'll take 5 from the top one.
Yeah.
You'll take 4 from the
Total
bottom
9.
one. You'll take a total of 9, and you will move up. Minor
and-
avalanche, same thing, sir.
Alright, alright. So 1.
Success. Success.
I'll take
you're
5.
gonna take 5 damage, but keep on moving. This one's a little bit harder at 13, 15, 17. Made it. Nope.
I'll take 4 on the middle one and 5 from the.
Yes, but if you're gonna adjust that middle one to pass, is what I'm seeing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll take a total of 9.
Yeah, and I think I rolled an extra one, so that'll be my first
Yeah.
fail for the next roll.
Right. So you do take that 9, but you move up to the 318s.
Yeah, and I feel
Yeah.
like this is where we're gonna. Got 1 fail on the board.
2 fails unless you spend 8 hit points. 3 fails. What you got?
Hold on.
That's rough.
I'm gonna spend 24 points and make 2 passes.
You got it.
Ooh.
Please do so. All right. This one is a 16, 18, 20.
Okay. Just double checking all my 16, 18, 20.
Yep.
No. Oh, yeah.
Made it. Made
Yeah.
it. Man, it's
Oh,
killing
okay.
it. You take no damage. Move up with the rest, and it is the same exact thing. 16, 18, 20.
Nope.
Nope. Made
Yeah.
it.
Come on. I
Oh,
will
nope.
take. I will take.
You got 14 hit points.
Oh, I'd have to take 16, but I'm gonna take 10 anyway. I will take. No, I'm an idiot. I'll take 5 off the last fail, and I'll take 8 points of damage to make the first one pass. I take a total of 13 damage.
Let's see. To make 16, 8 at the first one, 5 at the bottom one. Yeah, that calculates. You'll take 13 damage.
I got a 1.
Ooh, man.
One
Trying to
hit
gut
point.
The last one.
And you find yourself at the ruined camp at the top
Hey,
of the mountain.
Hey!
smart play. Smart play.
Smart play. Sometimes taking the hit points in the calculation is obviously moving up the mountain. Sometimes is better, even taking more hit points.
Boy.
All right, so first one at the top. Boom. Vigor. You are at a 16, 18, 20.
Vigor is going to pause for a minute.
Sure.
And he's going to pull out a piece of paper and a pen and start scribbling something. And then fold it up. And then put it in his jacket. In a spot where if his body was searched, it would be found.
Okay.
And he's going to steal his resolve and continue up the mountain. Because he's starting to feel like he's not going to make it. Yeah.
Okay, here is where Vigor writes his last letter and falls over on the side of the mountain.
Welcome to the party.
That hurts,
So,
man.
So just at the right spot then.
Just at the right spot. Zaris.
All
He
right, I'm
sees
gonna
you
roll
right
the right
that
thing
and
this
just
time.
expedites it a bit.
Roll the right thing this time.
Yes, it would be Con at 16, 18, 20.
Hey!
16, 18,
Nice.
20. Boom, you killed it. You two make it to the very end.
I do
Ernest,
have-
you're up.
Ernest is
I'm
down.
sorry, Ernest is
Ernest?
down.
Yeah.
Ernest is down.
Zombie
Corvus
Ernest.
is down.
It's rolling.
You're the last one.
The last one. Okay, so this is all 18s.
This is all 18s. Boom.
Awesome.
Success,
Damn.
success.
There we
Keep
go.
moving. This is the 16, 18, 20.
Oof.
Nope, nope.
Damn.
You want to spend the points?
8.
You'd be taking
It's a
10
16
total,
and 18
as
and
it
a
is
20.
now.
Actually, he would be taking 20 total. 10 for the -5 loss at the top, and then 2 5s.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
You
right.
said the second one was 16?
No, I'm sorry. It's a 16, 18, 20.
Mhm.
So you
So
could have, if
4,
you spent 8, you
8.
could pass. And then if you spent 6, you could pass on the last one. At a 16, 18, 20. But you would continue to move. If
It's
you-
saying two numbers too fast.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can't help but take the
3,
10 at the top.
4, 8. So I would take 24 if I passed the second two.
10, 16,
Ooh.
plus another 6, 16. It'd be 22. Yeah, 22
22,
damage, and you would
okay.
move.
Damn.
I'll take the 22.
Take the 22, you move up, but you took a hefty bit of damage. All right,
Yep.
last
Oh.
one, 16, 18, 20.
Come on.
Not good. Not good.
Come on.
I'll spend the 2 or 4 HP to make that second one
There
pass.
we go.
Yep, you spend the 4, and you made it to the end. All right, so that is everybody. So if I can real quick get Vigor and Corvus to jump down to private chat 1. Ernest, you don't have to worry about it. But if I can get Vigor and Corvus to go to private chat 1, I'm going to move all of you guys back to...
This sucks. Josh.
It's fine. I think David just wanted to kill us.
Yeah. This is not the teacher pet area.
I prefer to think otherwise.
I don't know why my camera's not working. That's weird. You have to turn it back on, I guess. Yeah. Well, this part is streaming. Nothing else is.
Get to see our private death conversation.
Yeah, I'll be your private dancer. Oh, me.
Welcome to Corvus and Vigor's private death session.
Yeah.
Streaming live on Twitch.
I really, yeah, this sucks. because I'm thinking metagame that it's cumulative. The death effects like probably has some kind of, I don't know.
Oh,
Fellas,
yeah.
in your death at the mountain, you are whisked away and you find yourself in a luxurious room. Food, warmth, anything your heart could desire. However, for those that have played it, in great Baldur's Gate fashion, you clearly see a very handsome devil on the other side. And he says, I wondered when I would meet you two. I've met some of your other friends, and I have longed to meet you as well.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Levistus. You pile of shit. My friends have already got me all ready for this. Here's the thing. I know what you're going to offer me. You're going to offer me something for my soul, blah blah blah. Everything will be fine. The only thing you can offer me is Duvessa. Here's the thing you do not know, but I do know. Duvessa's is my love. This is true. I am not Duvessa's first love. Duvessa's first love is the 10 towns. There is no scenario in which I make a deal with you, save Duvessa, and the 10 towns do not get fucked. Therefore, she would not get me anyway. I don't like your little mumbo jumbo, but here is the thing. If you would be so kind as to just whisk me back off to my body, I have no interest in your deal. As you have seen, I have already outlawed it.
But what if my deal saved Duvessa? What if my deal saved the 10 towns? You realize what you're up against. And you are up against a god and myself. But you see, I love to make and undercut everybody. And she doesn't necessarily need to know. So what if I told you, when I am free, what if I let her live and let those little 10 towns live? But I get my prison expanded.
And you think she would let me get away with that? You, sir, have never been married.
Who says you have to even tell her? You don't have to tell her anything.
Oh, you have really never been married.
Other than you helped save 10 towns. You helped save these people. And that, I'm willing to make that deal now. I'm willing to give you all your spell slots back and your hit points. As well as ink out a deal that says I won't touch 10 towns when I'm freed at all. If I get freed, I won't touch it. And I won't mess with Duvessa or her family line. Otherwise, I can't promise anything.
I have heard of your deals. And at this point, Vigor is going to use the actor feat to perfectly imitate that guy he was imitating at the castle.
Yes.
That had made the deal with Levistus.
Yes.
And go, yeah, I seemed real happy when I made a deal with you. It didn't seem like my life was totally shitty, and everybody around me who made a deal with you's life was totally shitty. I'm sure that's not how this is going to end, right?
But that's on you. The deal's, a deal's a deal. What you do with your life after that is still yours. I don't want anything necessarily to do with you until you're done.
Well, fortunately, I have brought my demon lawyer with me here.
Yeah,
so,
I can't say anything about his own poor.
I have a feeling he's going to advise me to not take the deal with counsel.
Right, with counsel. Well, Vigor, what I'm hearing is you don't want to save them. You don't really want to save 10 towns. It's more about yourself. Is that correct?
No, it has nothing to do with me. I want to save them.
Let me just talk to my tiefling friend here. He knows how this works. These are honest deals. These are honest agreements. We sign them with blood. We don't really break them. Corvus, my tiefling friend and fellow infernal by part. What could Corvus want? What does Corvus want? You want magic? You want to understanding of those weapons that you have. You want understanding of the ships that you found. You want to be at full health? You want to be at full magic again? There's got to be something we can strike a deal with. You know how these deals works. They're not cheats. And it's for something that you won't even be using. You don't even know that you ever use it. I mean, what is your soul to you? It's just baggage. It's a parasite. You don't even know anything about it.
For me, is wanting the truth, because I've been deceived before, and for all I know, you or she, and this is just another trial. And for that,
no.
I put my nose up to her.
I'll be happy to tell you that this is no longer part of the trial. You, sir, perished on a very real mountain designed inside her pocket world. You are laying as a frozen hunk of tiefling flesh crystallizing on the side of the mountain. Like so many other people I have made offers and deals with, I can make all that go away for a simple price. Now, it's clear your friend Vigor here has no interest.
Vigor is fully eating the food.
Unlike he says, unlike Eleander, his little friend Ernest, the deacon, of course, he didn't want anything to do with it. But Eleander, he was more than happy to wheel and deal. More than happy.
It's funny you speak so much about the truth when Corvus, I think, already knows the truth of that last statement.
Oh, you're talking about when Eleander was the one that cast the zone of truth? And he knew if you passed it, but you didn't know if he passed it. And it was, of course, his spell and how quickly he was to offer. But you know what? That's sowing seeds of doubt. That's not what I'm here for.
Is your power so weak that you claim to be speaking to us at our time of need? Why haven't you spoken to us earlier?
Because you've never died.
Do you have any chicken?
Anything you want. Anything you want here in the House of Hope. Anything you want. In this place, I can get you anything.
Where are you, and what is required of you to be released?
He says, unfortunately, I am currently, I think, this is a little bit of metagaming, I think he is frozen in a block of ice on the 5th plane layer of hell. And he can basically do certain things. But that's why he wants his prison expanded. This is not like a huge secret in easy reading. Right. Asmodeus froze him in a block of ice on the 5th plane of hell. But he is so powerful that he is able to still manipulate the world and public in a sense to make enough deals to meet his quota to Asmodeus of souls taken, in that he is still the ruler of the 5th layer while trapped in prison that Asmodeus created for him and froze him in.
Okay.
And his whole plane of hell is not fire, it's actually ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think that is the correct lore that he will, he quickly tells you,
right.
about being, he's frozen.
So
but he wants this prison expanded. He can't get out of the prison, but what if I can make the prison bigger?
Okay, so the rhyme hasn't permeated to the into the depths of hell.
Are you asking me? Are you asking me?
I'm checking my learning that that the rhyme hasn't expanded towards other realms.
I guess
I'll ask him.
That's the only way to answer that. He will say no, but that's also not what I'm trying to do here.
All right. Yeah.
I simply want to expand my prison to the prime material plane here. And it will be a land of ice and snow, like it is now. And it will provide Auril with a sense of isolation. She gets what she wants. I get what I want. Let me give Corvus what Corvus wants. What does Corvus want?
Free will after I kill the maiden. Because I will always be in your debt. But once I dispatch her from this plane of existence, I have my free will.
Well, you have the ability to try to do that on your own. Now, obviously, she ain't going to let you, but maybe I can get you something that will help you. For, obviously, just a trifle, just your soul.
Just my soul.
Yeah. I mean, you don't use it. You don't need it to cast spells. You don't need it to do your tinkering. You don't need it to fly that ship or help Vigor or help any of the other people.
I'm sorry. I do use my soul. I use it when I sing soul songs.
He snaps his fingers, Vigor, and he sends you back to the material world.
Oh no! I wanted some helmet! I'll see you guys in the other chat.
Yeah,
I'll see you soon.
jump back up to the other chat. I can see I'm not getting through to him. So he looks at you and says, "Dude, I can get you almost anything you want. You don't have to listen to those guys. They're not willing to make a deal. I speak the truth. If we can strike a deal, it will happen for you.
Could you get me to
You will have free will all the way up until you die.
Could you get me to
And
warmer
die-
climates?
And
Could you get me
die
out of here?
permanently. Could I get you out of the rhyme?
Yeah.
Of course I can. I can send you back to Baldur's Gate with a snap of my fingers.
Then my friends have perished at the hands of Auril, and they still persist. Why is that?
Everybody's got some kind of stubbornness as far as I know. He says, you explain the human nature to me. Probably can't do it, nor can I explain it to you. But what I do know is people want and they need things. Maybe you want all your party to be back to full health. Maybe that's what you want. I can make that happen. Maybe you want them all to be back like they long rested with full health. I can make that happen. And like I say, it just takes a soul that you don't even use.
For me, I would want them to continue on knowing that I didn't give in to the likes of you, because I've already escaped hell once. I don't plan on seeing it again. And if I die on this mountain, then so be it.
So what you're saying is you don't want any kind of deal to be made, but the next time we meet, I can assure you, I will not be as nice and offering as I am today. You understand this, right?
Right.
We were close, I feel, to making a deal, but no, the next time it happens, I won't be looking out for you.
What did the preacher say?
Of course he didn't want nothing. He's so caught up in Paylor, he wouldn't know what he wanted to do.
Yeah, that surprises me.
However, I would say look out for your Auril worshipping person. He was quick to make a deal. And he actually thought you would too.
I already have my doubts about him.
He thought you would make a deal too. He's playing both sides of the field. Why can't you? What can I help you with to make the field even?
I guess right now the only thing I do have are friends, and I don't think I'll have their trust if I take your deal. They'll know. They'll know.
Well, then I need to hear you say it. I need to hear you turn it down.
I denounce you, demon!
Yeah, the next time we meet, it won't be the same.
Adios, amigo.
All right. So with that, he casts you out of the House of Hope. Jump back up to your general play.
All right.
Thrown into that at the end, and I'm like, this is my circus troupe!
Yeah.
All right, so everybody comes back to this room. Again, you actually have the hit points that you have, unless you have already started working on doing some healing. But you find yourself in the room that had endurance. And so if you guys want to do something to try to heal a bit, you can.
Do I need to do death saves in that case?
No, you actually both come back at 1 hit point.
Okay.
Nice.
But you find yourself here, and we can take a quick little break as y'all decide what you want to do. I got to run to the restroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk. You got 2 more trials left, and I'll be right back.
So, what was it like for everybody? I had to listen to Ringus the Handsome sing a whole concert. It was bullshit. I hated that guy.
Interesting. You say that as a joke, but Eleander has this like deathly serious look on his face, and he just asks, "No, but what was it like? Did you?" And he kind of trails off.
Oh, dying? I've done it many times.
Well, this time in particular.
This time in particular? Look, you guys pretty much got me ready for it. I said, look here, Levistus, you're a piece of shit. The thing you're going to say is, hey, I want your soul. And then I'm going to say, no, I don't want to give you my soul. And then you're going to say, hey, I'll make sure that Duves is fine. And I will go, well, if I promise Duves is fine, she's still going to tell me to go fuck myself because the 10 towns are screwed. And it went pretty much like that. I had a couple bites of chicken, and then he told me to go fuck off. You can ask Corvus, he was there.
Yeah, that's
were
exactly what
there?
played down.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Y'all were there together?
Yeah.
Really? Interesting.
That's a twist.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I thought it was your own personally designed, hell.
I guess
No, apparently it's a big time saver if you get everybody who died, cram them in the room, and try to give them a timeshare.
I guess if you think about it, he can't be in 2 places at once.
Oh, that's really fucking him. That's not like a in your head, in your mind.
Oh, I assumed it was really him.
Huh. Interesting.
Vigor, you might want to heal yourself, bud.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm looking for a
I
spell.
think, hold off on any healing. I think Brandon or Alex had something big he was gonna do first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he stepped away.
Yep. So that's why I'm still at 1 HP, but I'm waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. I guess a 4th and a 3rd level spell. Well,
You can. That's what I'm saying is you can roll it back if you want to wait and see what he does before you spend stuff.
I don't think he's going to give me 25, so I'm good.
It was something big, but
It's up to you. No worries.
yeah. Man.
Yeah, I'm worried about even more deadly skill checks. Hopefully, they're as easy as the isolation one, because if they're not, ooh.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some cookies.
Bring me back some.
What about you, Corvus? Did you, what he ask and or promise you?
He asked a lot of questions, and I had to share with him that I've already escaped hell once, and I didn't want to go back to serving the same captors that I escaped from the first time. And just like with Vigor, he promised me power and wealth and a warmer climate because I dread the cold. However,
Yes.
the one thing I do have is, unfortunately, you guys, and your guys' worth is a lot more than serving a soulless life for another devil. And yes,
Hey.
he is the Leviticus or whatever his name is, Leviticus, Levistus. Yeah,
Levistus.
he is the one. He recanted his tale of how he was trapped where he is, So his influence, he's trying to recruit souls on this plane of existence. So this is I challenged him to why, if he was so powerful, why he didn't approach us anytime sooner, or is he so weak to try to influence us now? I told him I'd rather die.
It's a good point.
Yeah, and I also asked him if he was Auril herself, because
All
this
right,
is
I'm
something
back.
that she would do.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I don't think she would do the.
Well, again, I'm just telling you what I told him,
No, you're fine. I'm just thinking out loud.
poking the bear.
That it's a thought that hadn't crossed my mind, and I was like, "Oh fuck, she wouldn't do that, would she?" God, I have to like rethink so many things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Levistus in the flesh, unfortunately.
Can I make a weird party comment and not get assumed a traitor for it?
Is
That
this
sounds
in
like
character
shit.
or out of character?
I know that's exactly what a traitor would say.
Yeah.
With Levistus doing these things and touching us in the way that he has,
I don't like how you said that. Touching us? I'm not about that.
Don't worry, he hasn't touched.
Oh
me.
we haven't talked about that yet. I'm gonna get a doll. I'll show you some things.
we're all just politely ignoring the butt stuff. No, but seriously, like,
Look, the way David describes it is very tasteful.
Oh, I don't need to hear that from my own father.
oh, let's not. But we could scar Ethan for life.
Keep me alive, please.
No, but seriously, like, with how hard Levistus is working, Eddie does make a really, really good point. If he had the swag, if he had the shake, he would not need us. We are comparatively very small ripples in the pond compared to a very large fish.
I wouldn't be 100% sure he needs us. I think he's just doing what devils do and is making deals for souls. I think that's like his whole thing.
But I guess my point is, I don't think we should turn the rhyme off immediately until he's dealt with.
Well,
I
did.
feel like it's working.
Vigor did point out to him, and he'll tell you this. He did point out to him that when we came across the people that had made the deals with Levistus, they all seemed very pissed. None of them seemed happy.
Yeah.
And I pointed that out to him. He's like, "Well, that's their own fault." I'm like, "Then you made shitty deals."
So from my remembrance of how things are going, I mean, the rhyme has always kept this guy in check. The problem is that she is just making it bigger.
Yeah, it's so that he can move out of hell
And do more stuff.
onto the material plane, because he's frozen in hell right now.
Yeah.
And he wants a vacation home on the prime material plane.
And we're just not about that.
Okay, then I have no idea what's going on. It was my understanding that this guy was imprisoned in Auril's abode.
No.
Like, something was going on, so she's expanding it, but now she wants to expand the entire planet, or something like that.
No,
I guess that's what we're trying to stop.
It's
I don't think she's like. I don't think she's after world domination. I think she's content with her corner of existence. And this fucker is poking from the inside.
Talking with the spirit of the lake, she is wanting the entire world.
Yeah, from what I understand, she wants her own place where she can be isolated and preserve things. And Levistus wants the same thing, but he wants a place that he can go to other than his frozen plane of hell.
Yeah, and with the north and the 10 towns being super cold and frozen, people are going to die, which then leads Levistus to asking them, I'll spare you if you give me your soul. It's like a win-win for both.
Townspeople have been feeding them.
Yeah, it's a win-win for both.
This is what happens when you act out of fear instead of a code.
But I do agree with you, Ellie, in the sense that
I'm back.
He probably needs to be dealt with at some point in time.
My whole point was, I get the vibe that the rhyme is actually keeping him locked in, like we've heard. So I think we have to be very careful if we're gonna, air quotes, defeat Auril or turn the rhyme off in any way, because no matter my feelings or the party's feelings, if we put Auril in the dirt and all of a sudden Levis just pops out, I think it's fair to say we've made the problem worse.
I thought
opinion.
it was more of a her rhyme is expanding what he can do, and by destroying the rhyme hinders him.
Yeah, I really wish I'd kept notes as to what the Lady of the Lake said, but I'm pretty sure the rhyme is just as much a problem as the devil guy being free.
Oh no, I am agreeing. I don't want to miscommunicate. I mean, like, with full intention to turn it off, I think we need to make sure that both of those genies go in the bottle at the same time.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, don't worry. We didn't talk about the anal probe like you asked.
That's all I asked. That's all I asked.
We kept the diagrams in the private shared folder. Totally fine.
I knew you guys could follow orders.
I do like how delicate you were with that scene, though.
Generous. Generous is the word.
Generous. He was quite generous, yeah. Just giving.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Zaris doesn't ever want to die. I don't know why.
Just not about it. So what's the plan now, fellas?
Suddenly Zaris does a 180. He doesn't bust down doors anymore. He's like, I'll be in the back.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, fellas.
I gotta think about life. Is everybody back?
So, you might be in need of a little healing.
Yeah, so I can heal the party up a bit, but we should also accompany that with a short rest.
Yeah.
So, like, my healing will limit how much hit dice you have to roll, but I don't know if it can fully do everybody.
Yeah, David, out of curiosity, in the place that we're in, would it even be remotely possible to consider taking a long rest?
I will let you try to do that.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Short rest it is.
Oh,
Several of the.
I think we should save a long rest until we absolutely have to do it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have most of our spells.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have most of our hit dice as well.
Yeah.
Well, this is not the first time I've had to come back from near death, so my lower level ones are looking pretty rough, but I can still keep moving forward if need be.
Considering these trials are taking our magic away, I don't really mind using up all my high level spells to get us topped off.
Plus, you can't actively long rest too close to other long rests you have, or else they won't work. So we would literally have to wait until the day cycles and then take the long rest, and not get jumped until 10, until 16 to 10 hours have passed. So, like, I don't trust that we're alone in here, or that she won't come home, or one of those giants might not come downstairs while we're all taking a nap and having a wank. And that seems bad to me.
So maybe short rest is the way to go.
I'll do a Song of Rest again for extra 1d6.
So I will, because I'm going to be casting basically the entire time, I won't be taking the short rest, but I have extra healing options that don't require. Like,
all right, do you want to do that before they expend hit dice, or what?
So the problem, so you expend hit dice at the end of a long rest, right?
Technically, yes.
Short rest.
Or a short rest, yeah. So the spell I'm doing takes 10 minutes each time to cast it.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I'm
you
going
did.
to cast it 5 times. Or maybe 4. It depends on how I roll.
Mhm.
And then after that, people can top themselves off with hit dice if they need to.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All
Is
right,
that going to
so
cost you a
here
bunch of spell
comes.
slots, or is that?
And remember,
a thing
if you
can do?
spend hit dice, Vigor is going to give you back 6 additional.
1d6.
Or 1d6, I'm sorry.
Oh, does
Yeah,
everybody roll separate?
If you want, I rolled it. I just rolled a 6. If you want to give that to everybody, or
I
you
was
roll
just going to
separate.
give
It's up to
one for
David.
all off. Yeah, I was just going to do one for all off for one.
So I did 6.
Okay.
I'll do one more. So that's 28, 30, 45, 55, 61 hit points
Ooh.
total.
Everybody?
Actually,
No, total.
Oh,
to split among
Yeah,
us.
61 total hit points.
No. I mean, for each person, yes.
Wait,
Up
for
to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range each regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus 5. Has no
So your
effect on
first
undead
10
or
minutes,
constructs.
everybody gets 16.
No, that's going to be for 40 minutes.
Oh,
Each time I've casted it is 10 minutes. So it's
gotcha.
Everybody
60.
gets healed each time.
Yeah, everyone gets 63
40
total though.
Oh my god.
there you go.
What is that feature?
It's a prayer of healing. It's a spell.
Oh, how bad is that hurting you spell slot wise?
So I've got 3 spell slots. I also have an ability that I can regain up to 2 second level spell slots. So I still have a second level, but these challenges are negating our magic, so I don't see any other reason why I would need them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody regains, what was it, 14?
Everybody regains
3.
63.
63.
And then spend at least one hit die so that you can
Yep.
get Vigor.
Yeah, and then you can spend your hit die to top yourselves off.
Yeah, and if you spend at least 1 hit die, you get an additional 6.
Yep. That sounds
I'm
good.
gonna get myself back to max.
I'm back at max.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm-
I would have been well under max.
Yeah, I had cast my Cure Wounds on a 3rd and 4th level slot before this. I'm going to use my Pearl of Power to get my 4th level slot back.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't go
Do we need to
through.
roll short rest then, or are we just good to take it?
Yeah, that was during the short rest, so you could.
Yeah, it was a short rest.
I didn't know
Because
we
it's
were
going to be.
rolling random encounters.
Well, it's going to be 40 minutes for the prayer of healing anyway, so we can
Yeah.
mechanically just take that
We
while
only
he's
need to take
casting
an
spells.
hour to take a short rest, so
Yeah.
by the
Might
time
as
he's
well.
done.
And hopefully that's the only challenge that hurts us, but who knows. I can do it one more time, if need be.
All I
That was
can tell
fucking
you is,
sick, dude.
all I can tell you is, I worked with some DMs on Reddit to come up with different challenges that were not in the book.
Okay.
all I can
I didn't look at the book, but
Nice.
I'm just assuming that by its name it might not, but it could be. I don't know.
That's
Well,
pretty
hopefully it's
cool.
not, because the first one didn't hurt us at all, at least.
It could
Yeah.
have. Now it could have.
I have to go back and check a thread. I think I may have commented on that one.
It could be possible.
Hmm.
I mean, like I said, I don't know anybody's Reddit name.
I'll look after the session. That way I'm not cheating.
So, like I say, it could be. You could have taken damage in the first one, had things, and I don't mind telling you now. Had you truly went out in the darkness with somebody else and not by yourself,
Ooh.
it would have changed things. The key to that is
So we nailed
obviously.
that one.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, the key to that one is being by yourself. It's the one thing most people don't want to do in D&D, but that's the key to it.
Yep.
Yep. That's why I was like, oh, this feels so wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, guys. This one, it hurt us, but it pooped us back out with 1 HP. It didn't kill us. I feel like these tests are gonna, like, fuck with our
Also-
acceptance of what you do and don't do in the game. Because, like, you could have died on the first step and still passed the test.
Also, Vigor's going to tell you fully that Levisis lied and said we were dead on the mountain, and there's nothing that could happen. We were just dead.
And you still said no?
I mean, you know,
Now,
dead's
I
dead.
will-
It's going to
I will-
happen to everybody someday.
I do want to explain this part for Roland and Eleander and Zaris.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that both of you have 2 snowflakes now above your head, where the other 3 do not.
Do not.
Okay.
Oh,
Shit.
shit.
But we will still fail it.
So we're gonna have to like potentially redo this one in order to...
Well, the walrus says he's never seen anyone retry, because I had asked that before we started.
Somebody
I
asked the
don't think
walrus
for
about
redos.
snowflakes.
I mean, maybe one person just has to have all the snowflakes, and then we can open the thing to get to the book.
That's the hope, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully not everybody has to have it for everybody to go through. Hopefully just one
So-
person has to have it, and then everybody gets to go.
What now that the party's kind of divided with the snowflakes, if you guys are fine with it, we could. Well, first we can test the see if they can try this again, and if it not, which it probably won't, we continue on. But we could split the party so that the 3 that don't have it can test it and tell us what we have to do, and then we go in, and that would make our chances of succeeding it much higher.
Doesn't that make them just dummies, though?
No, I wouldn't say they're
I've
dummies.
been
Sorry,
called
that was
worse.
poor wording, but
I mean, they're still doing the test. It's just that when they come out, whether they succeeded or failed, they can tell us. So that the 3 of us, where we need it the most, have a better sense of what's going to go on.
Basically, Alex is like, go take the test and tell me what the answers are as far as you remember.
if all 3 of you unanimously say, yeah, you want to do that, I do not mind waiting. Or the extra time it would take.
Yeah,
But that
this is
completely
up
your
to
3
thing, but this is
decision.
just
I have
something
no
I'm
say in that.
suggesting.
I'm fine with it. Hey, Corvus, you want to run an experiment?
All right. I guess back into the big room then.
I reckon.
I want to
Door's still
ask the
closed.
walrus
Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
it's not.
if he's seen the snowflakes before.
He is gone.
Oh!
No!
Wow.
Igor just dies. Igor just
R.I.P. Wally.
dies of a broken heart.
Maybe he went out to lunch.
Do we see
That's
like
ominous.
a beer?
Man
We
went to
see
get
like-
some. Man went to get some fishes.
Yeah, do we see like a beat back at 5 sign or anything?
Him and Reginald are having a brunch. They're eating out at like Chili's or something. Get it,
Chili.
Certainly Chili's.
Chili's, 'cause it's cold.
Fantasy chilies.
Yep.
Fantasy chili. Fish and chips.
Like it's in the Faerun world, but it's totally exactly chilies from our world. they just no sell it.
Right,
I was more going Chili's because it's cold, but that's funny
It's
too.
cold, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
That's what
one
I was
right.
going with.
My brain was over here like, well,
No, I got you, Ethan. That was good.
Yeah, it was
Thanks.
good. I was
Thanks.
tracking on that one too.
That was good, man.
All
Set
right.
your mind on chips and
So
salsa and egg
you
rolls.
now have northwest and southwest.
I say we continue around the clock the same way that Ernest led us last time.
Yeah. So I guess we will go to the one to the
So going to
northwest.
the northwest section.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
All
Southwest has the
So,
maze.
have we decided, are we just sending the 3 of us in first?
That is up to you guys. I think it should only be done if you guys make a unanimous.
Look, I'm good with it. I've already died once today. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, doing it that. You let me know if that's what you want to do.
I'm only suggesting it because it's divided in two, so that there's not too much more work that DM has to do, and that we don't have to wait as long as doing it like each individually.
Right.
I mean, we don't even know if there's going to be a skill check that would, that's kind of metagaming a little bit, that we don't know what it's going to be, but I get your point with time, but...
Yeah, and us being together doesn't grant each other benefits, apparently, from doing them, because of the magiclessness.
But we could assume that in order for us all to pass the challenge, that we all have to go in the door, albeit it may be at different times.
Is it Betty Buying time?
Make sure you're muted. Make sure you're muted.
They all heard that.
That's funny.
That was very funny.
Oh yeah, we will all have to eventually get through it. It's just a question of if we want, if the party wants to do it 2 times with 2 different groups, or if we still want to just go all in anyway.
I'm cool with all in.
Yeah, because honestly, the only benefit to doing 2 groups is just knowing.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think even knowing
if we struggled with the isolation one, it would have only granted us the knowledge that we need to go out, which we figured out anyway.
Yeah, I think at this point, knowing the challenge won't really help, because I don't think there'll be tricks.
Yeah, like no rhymes or poems.
That was kind of what was hitting me when Eddie suggested the Levistus thing might be in some way Auril's doing, is I was trying to think through all the lore I know to see she doesn't have a trickstery bone in her body. I think these would be, they're just challenges they're more like the trials we faced with the ogres, the giants.
Yeah.
And the Goliaths. That's what it was. Sorry.
Yep.
You just gotta do it.
All
I
right,
think if people are hemming and hawing, I think we should just go in together.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so with the lightest touch of the door, it opens up into another same thing, that same oddly shaped room that are etched with the elaborate panorama of images and scenes. And of course, once again in the back wall and inscribed with a large snowflake, the lintel above the door clearly reads in any language that you may speak. It reads cruelty.
Ugh.
I unconsciously read this one out loud cruelty. But I say it in primordial, and I kind of catch myself and repeat it in common. And I look at everybody else okay, this is going to be a oof.
Well, we can always do preservation if we want to skip that and save it for last.
We're going to have to do it anyway. I think if
we might as well just
hesitate-
knock it out.
If we hesitate, she knows she has us.
Yeah.
Let's jump in the pool.
We don't know if we go through that door again, if that counts as a failure as well.
Ooh, that's big brain.
I say we go in.
Yep.
All right.
So with that, the door is lightly touched, and you find yourself once again whisked away as the storm erupts from the room. And give me just one quick second to grab your tokens. And the player map. Oh, where are you? Here we go. All right. From here, you find yourself inside what appears to be a cave complex. You are right here. Ahead of you, you find yourself on a small, narrow ledge. Behind you, what looks to be a bottomless pit. along with in front of you a large cavernous 20 by 20 bottomless pit as well, with a small ledge that bears off to your left and to your right. As you get into this area, you hear the words you've heard 2 other times before as they creep across the very air that you hear here. And it says, compassion makes you vulnerable. Let cruelty be the knife that keeps your enemies at bay.
Hell yeah.
Can you repeat that?
Repeat it?
Yeah, just
Here,
one more time.
I'll do this. I'll do
Okay.
one better.
Old copy pasta.
Cruelty is a knife that keeps your enemy. I like that.
So, you're not in any kind of particular order. You may move about as needed or as you want. Just know that if something happens because you moved, it'll instantly happen. Vigor, if I can get everybody to immediately quit moving their token. This would be where I the foundry thing would be very handy. Vigor,
Yeah.
you come into a room. You are standing on top of a 5-foot ledge, and all of a sudden you see a group of huddled children in the far wall.
Oh, no. I'm gonna have to murder younglings.
What are we going to do, Master Skywalker?
Going to die.
There are so many of them.
So Vigor, from across the room, you see a group of huddled children.
Okay.
Open the floor back up. Move as needed.
Yeah, I think I'll follow.
I think
Roll.
I found the
Do we want to roll
compassion
so that we're not all moving at the same time?
You know what? Let's go
that will
ahead
make
and
us
do that.
vulnerable.
Let me clear this out before you roll. So if people will stop moving, and we'll just pick it up from right there. Click your token. Let's roll initiative. Let's get it on the board.
I feel like that just might make it easier for David.
Mike.
Jesus, Corvus.
Yeah, I was like, I thought I rolled.
God,
high.
Corvus, you and me are jumping right into this to murder.
Yeah.
Get on the board. I tell you.
What did Levistus offer y'all? It got real killy up in here.
Look, I'm not dying again, even if I gotta kill younglings.
Vigor comes back with a full red face and horns just like Corvus, and we're like, so? And he goes, nothing happened.
That's nothing.
Corvus, you make a move up the 30-foot move up the cavern behind Eleander. You, of course, don't see that yet. You and Eleander are just simply moving down a hallway. It does have a litter of bones in it, but otherwise it just seems to be it just seems to be a cave. Nothing out of the ordinary that you have run across, and it just appears to be a cave. You still have your actions and things left other than your 30-foot move.
Yeah, I want to cast bonfire. Give some little light.
Okay.
If it'll allow me.
You may put that wherever you want.
Yeah.
Magic works.
All the better to kill with, I see.
Listen, guys, cruelty doesn't instantly mean, like, harsh child murder.
Well,
I'm getting kinda worried
we're
about
gonna
you
kill them,
guys.
sorting them, or we're gonna kill them by keep letting them starve and walking away.
And I'm going to double down.
We just have to torture them. Maybe that's all it is.
Double down in Infernal. I'm going to say, we're coming to get you.
Whoa!
That has both a positive and negative connotation.
If I understood
That's right.
what
I don't
you
know
just said,
Infernal.
I'd be offended.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay. To Vigor.
So this is 5 feet, so I don't have any trouble getting down this
It's
ledge,
just
do
a
I?
5-foot little hop down.
5. Well, hello there. Who are you?
You get up to them, and all of them see you and yell, "The heroes! It's just like she said. They would come to save us." And there's a lot of yay and excitement and that kind of thing. She said they would come and save us. That's what she said. I need you to make a perception roll, Vigor.
Sure, and I see there's one of you for each of us. This is nice.
God.
Partner off.
That's 13. I just want to try something real quick, Zach. Just want to try something real quick.
Listen, I've had a hard day. I just need to blow some steam off.
Look, sometimes you just gotta get 5 stars in Grand Theft Auto and cause some chaos.
Sometimes you just want to go down that road without committing to it.
It's just Red Dead for me. Like
I was thinking Skyrim, just murdering all the townspeople.
Fallout for me. Destroying the city. See how that goes, you know?
at least in Red Dead, I can kill a bunch of Confederates and KKK members. They deserve it.
You're right. You're right.
Not running through the innocent.
However, Vigor, that particular individual runs up to you, and as he runs up to you and wanting you to save him, as if he has seen you before, and in the excitement of you saving them, when he touches you, he immediately sucks like the heat out of your body the minute he grasps at you to be saved. And I need you to flag 1 level of exhaustion.
God.
As you stand there and the heat is ripped out of your body, as he begs you to save him and send him back to Devesa.
Sure, I know the way. Come on. I'll take his hand. 20, 25, 30. I'm going to take his hand and pull him to here.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
That'll be your turn, Zaris.
Zaris doesn't really know what to do. Zaris kind of looks back at Roland and is like, what are we supposed to do? I mean, we can't kill these kids, right? And kind of whispering that.
Wait, did you skip over me at some point?
Did it jump? Oh, it did jump back past you. I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad.
It double clicked, dude.
No, you can go ahead.
Brandon wants time to think this one
out. Yeah, I'll take the extra
It's
time.
like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
I'll take the extra time.
My turn.
Go ahead, Zaris.
Zaris just kind of leans back to Roland and is like, we can't kill these kids, right? I mean...
Okay, they hear that, and they're like, what? What? She said you would save us. That the heroes...
No, we're not killing them. We're taking care of them.
Yes, that's... I think you misheard me, children. I think you misheard me. And he's just going to look back at Roland with kind of a my bad kind of look, because Zaris has no idea what to do in this situation.
Is the giant lion afraid, like just terrifying the children?
Yeah, I think the main. I think kids.
I think the main might be shaking a little bit.
He's not scared of the children. He's more scared of the situation. He just doesn't know how he feels about, and this is out of character. He doesn't know how he feels about. I mean, what he would assume is hurting these kids.
Right, and that's what you said out loud, right?
I leaned back to Roland and said, we can't kill these kids, right? And it was in more of a whisper so that they couldn't hear that, but if you want to say that they did, or if I roll a stealth check to see if they didn't hear me.
I mean, there is no way they couldn't hear you trying to talk to Vigor.
Talking to Roland there, David.
Or even Roland. I mean,
that's
there's
fine.
just no way.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll leave it at that.
Right. Okay, the minute you... so you're done?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, the minute you find yourself speaking that and unsure of where to move or what exactly to do, the same situation happens. A person, however, that you have never seen before runs up to you and in a very similar fashion, he reaches for you and says, "She told us to come with her and that you would save us." And as he gets to you, you take 1 level of exhaustion. She said you would save us. She promised.
I think
She took us and she promised.
I think Zaris, out of instinct, as the kid touches him and he feels the warmth leave his body, would try to just shove the kid to the ground as it kind of the cold stings his arm.
Okay, then these are technically legendary actions, but go ahead and roll that. Give me just 1 second.
Watch the kid beat him.
Oh, I mean, I'm
That
expecting
would
it. That's a
be-
poor roll for me.
That would be, funny.
Yeah, like how your 4s or 13s.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been funny. However, you push him down and knock him prone, and he looks at you with a startled face.
Zaris looks at him in fear and in pain at what the kid just did to his body.
It looks
He's just as scared.
He seems shocked, obviously. Roland. Or no, not Roland. Let me go back to Ernest. Ernest, you're up.
Yep, Ernest would come into the room and I guess see a bunch of kids and be like, "Oh, he's like, what are you doing out here? Where are your parents at?"
One of them says out loud, "Ernest, you know my parents. We go to your parishioner. We go to you. You know us." He says, "My name is Eli. You know me. You've seen me."
Could I roll I don't know what that would be to see if that is true or
That
if there's
that is as true can be.
Okay, gotcha.
You know that now that it's said, you recognize this kid as a boy that came to your church in Icewind Dale. You know that his face is familiar. You know that you have seen him in your church and at one point his parents as people that came to your church.
Oh yes, Eli. It's like, what are you doing out here? Away from your parents? Should you be back in Brinchander?
He says, a magical lady came and she took me. She took me, but she said, "Do not worry, that the heroes would come and save us. And you're the heroes. You're the ones that saved us from the dragon." And as the conversation happens and he moves to you, you take a level of exhaustion.
And do I physically notice the life being drained out of me, or just my energy levels plummeting, or something like that?
You feel the heat come out of your body. You feel colder, and it weakens you when it happens. He does not look to change. He does not look to affect this in any way. He does not look like he is almost as he had no clue it even happened. But as he got to you, that's what you felt. But the child seems to have no knowledge that it actually happened. But you do.
Yes, I'm going to be like, all right, Eli, and I'm going to pat him on the back and kind of say, I'm going to try to distance myself a little bit from him, but still will remain within conversation. Just And I'll pretty much say, and who's this lady that took you?
He says she did not tell us her name.
Well, what does she look like? Any, distinguishing characteristics?
She
Does
had
she wear?
She had clawed hands and cloven feet, but she wore a cloak and kept her head covered. I never saw her face, but she had such big clawed hands.
Clawed hands like a lizard person or dragonborn, or like clawed hands like a satyr, or what a
No.
satyr is, right?
He doesn't. He said it was more like a bird hand. It's more like a bird, but so much bigger.
Could I roll I think I have half proficiency, but like a nature or something to see if I could perhaps glean what type of creature this would be?
Not unless you can get it off of that description. I mean, that's the information you'd have to come up with. His description, because that's about the best he's got. He just knows that she was big, she kept her face covered, and she had cloven feet and big claw bird-like hands.
Yes. I'll relay this information if the party isn't.
I think most of
or-
them heard it, except for
Yeah.
maybe Eleander and Corvus.
Gotcha. I'll relay what Eli has said. Like, let him know that he is actually from Bryn Shander, and I guess that'll be my turn. I'll pass it off.
So have we been able to hear most of?
Eleander? I think you could probably hear the majority. You could definitely hear what happened between Vigor and him, but I don't necessarily think you could probably, around that corner, that you could necessarily hear Ernest and his.
I apologize. My whispered question was for something I want to do on my turn. I just wanted to ask before I try to do it. Or would I have to try to do that to see if it works?
Yeah, there's a list of things, so give it a shot.
Okay. I'm going to come around the corner. I've heard most of what's going on, and I can kind of size up the rest of what's going on.
Right.
If I ask Vigor a question, do I have to wait for his turn to get a response back?
No. We're technically not in any real combat. I'm just trying to keep things in a sense of order. All this is a little bit happening at the same time.
So I come around the corner, and I look at Vigor. Can I see that he's exhausted?
I don't think so. I don't think that first level really. What's that first level? What's that first level of exhaustion?
Disadvantage on
ability
checks.
Yeah. I mean, he might seem a little winded. But I don't know that you would instantly recognize him.
If Vigor sees you looking at him, he's going to look you in the eye and go, cruelty.
I kind of give you a nod like, it is cruel. And I'm going to keep walking past him. And about here, I'm going to attempt to cast a bonus action spell. Then I'm going to whisper you because I'm a dramatic fuck.
Okay. Well, take that level of exhaustion as you get in range.
Well, Dragon Breath. I was going to cast Dragon Breath.
That's still fine. Like I say, you'll take that level of exhaustion.
Oh, for coming into range.
Yep, as you get within range.
Interesting.
Oh.
That definitely makes me do what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast a 15-foot cold of Ice Dragon Breath.
Okay. Give me that damage.
Cool. There's no way I could get all three of them, is there? No.
5, 10. Nope. Yeah. Not at that angle. But you can get 2.
Well, yeah, I'll get the 2 I can get. I rolled acid, but it's supposed to be cold. Not that I think it should matter.
So it's 16. I'm gonna do left to right.
No. I'm getting the ones on the back wall, Brandon.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about with Eli in particular, because after I would have taken the level of exhaustion, I would probably have broken contact and backed up a little bit, because I realized that there's some magical tomfoolery afoot.
So
yeah,
I just touched.
You
touched the
moved
base of my
5, 10,
neck.
15, 20. You moved 20 up there. I mean, technically, you would have had 5 feet or 10 feet. So the girl succeeded. The boy failed.
So I just touched the base of my neck and almost like I'm whistling, just blow out cold air and try to freeze them.
At 16 points of damage, I need you to make a perception check for me. At 16 points of damage, you see the boy fall over dead. You see the girl still standing.
She would take 8. I believe it's half. It's a second level spell, so it's half on a save.
Right.
Okay, interesting. 15 on perception?
Yep.
We were literally just talking about this while you were in the private chat, and I was like, mentally, like, I know... I know what this is.
He falls over dead. She takes 8 damage rolling.
So, as a little note to the rest of the party, as I end my turn, I'll use a free action to draw my sword as my last action, because I can see that the other girl survived, and I kind of cock my head with like an eyebrow up, and then I draw the sword.
Well,
yeah.
You pull that sword out, Roland.
All right. So in response to Zaris, Roland's going to say, "Cruel. Whatever it is that your species deems cruel, that is what we must do." And then I'm going to just like whisper under my breath, like, "Paylor, forgive me." And I'm going to point to seeing that these two backed away, I'm going to keep a small amount of distance, but I'm going to point to the child in front of me and tell him, "Strip to your undergarments or die."
What?
I'm doing something I think is cruel that isn't just flat out killing.
That's
and then
okay.
I'm going to hold an action that if one of these kids gets next to me, I'm going to punch them.
He definitely does not begin to take his clothes off, as it is butt-ass cold in here. And I think the only thing you hear is, "What are you, stupid? She said you would save us."
Then she lied.
And he does step forward.
And then I will punch.
You take the level of exhaustion, but you may punch.
Oh.
11 hits.
Oh.
So give me that damage.
And I am hitting him with my shield, with the shield feat, so he's pushed back 5 feet.
All right, that's a strength thing, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it is.
I don't think it's going to matter, but I just love the fact that it might, so hit me with that.
Is it just straight strength or what?
Well, that or athletics. Straight strength or athletics. It's depending on what you got.
Okay, they're both the same.
Okay. Oh, see, I even had a chance to win. No, you successfully shove him back 5 feet with probably, as you hit him with that and did some damage. I need you to make a perception roll for me.
Oh, I'm great at that.
You are fantastic at that. All right, so Corvus, are you moving anywhere else before I move on? Are you moving?
Oh great, Corvus is the one person that didn't see me.
I'll wait.
Fucking kid.
Well,
I
hear all the magic going off though.
Oh, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
Oh yeah.
I just feel bad that you went on for. You were like very concerned to save me or Ernest if something went bad and things went away and you were.
Yeah. All right, Corvus, I did it again. You're up.
All right. I'm gonna get right here in this corner of this block.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip.
Right.
Add this one right here, right there, and
Yep.
I'm gonna say, "You are not children. You are demons yourself." Cast Thorn Whip, and pull it right into the fire.
Roll a hit.
Oh, God!
Whoa!
Roll a hit. They still do have 10 armor class.
Not today.
Oh, does that automatically pull or
That's automatic.
automatic?
Yep. And it's going to take another 1d6. I wanted to stop right in the fire.
Is it 10 feet?
I have a 30-foot range.
Right, but does it pull 10 feet?
Yeah. Let me put it on here.
Not quite gonna make.
Oh shoot! I'm trying to I do that all the time.
It does pull.
Yeah.
But I think it's 10 feet.
Display in VDC. Yeah, it's only 10 foot, but it looked pretty cool.
Right, so it does pull. It does look cool, and she gets pulled closer. Now there's damage to that, so give me the damage.
Yeah, I thought I did up there.
There it is, 7.
7.
7 into 8. You notice that she dies.
Yeah, she does. And for thematics, wings come out and I'll just flame the fire towards the other one.
Just fluff it. He's fluffing it up. All right, Vigor, you're up.
All right, just ignore all of that. It's fine.
Yeah.
As I pull the child down here.
What?
I want to pull him to here.
Improvise weapon attack of opportunity with shield.
It would be force movement.
Yeah, it doesn't generate anything because he's pulling him.
Vigor's going quite Shakespearean.
Yeah.
So this is a bottomless pit, right?
It's bottomless to the point you don't see anything.
Cool. I drug him to here, not here. I drug him to here.
Okay.
And as I take him, I go, You are a nephew of Devessa, correct?
He actually says yes. You know her?
Yes. I do.
Are you not Vigor?
I am her betrothed. You know, she has tough, very difficult time running 10 towns. Oh, here, let me give you something. And I'm going to pull a copper piece out and hand it to him. As I take him over to this pit, I go,
Right.
Make a wish like you would in the fountain. Toss it in. I want you to close your eyes and make a wish. But first, as you know, it is very hard for your mother. Your aunt. She runs the 10 towns, and sacrifices have to be made to Auril. You know, sometimes it's food, sometimes it's people. Right now, it is time for you to make your wish. Close your eyes, toss the coin in, make a wish.
I think he would follow your order on that one, as he does, and he, thinks a second and flips it in.
And I give him a little shove.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
The small-framed nature. He just
Like reflexes.
whips
Yeah,
a
it just
little.
doesn't have the heart
Damn
for
it.
it.
Yeah, Vigor just didn't have the full heart for it. His small-framed nature. He fell on his knees more than went forward like most children do. He collapsed to his knees. Vigor take a second level of exhaustion, and of course, he looks at you in shock and
Abject horror.
once again he says, "You told us you would try to save us," and he does try this time to step away from you.
Okay, bonus action.
Yep.
I am going to offhand stab him with a dagger.
Okay.
What do we do if the kid throws Vigor off the ledge?
That would be hilarious.
I mean, I'll just go roll somebody else. I really deserve to roll another character.
Probably would just get pulled out and be failed the test.
Then you may roll that opportunity attack.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry.
Yep, you may roll that opportunity attack.
What is worse than death? Having to live with that fact that you just did.
Dude. Okay. I apologize.
That's all right. Simple. See if you can hit him. He's got a 10
Where the
AC.
hell is my dagger?
That's the bonus, but then you would get an attack of opportunity.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's my bonus. No, this is my bonus action.
That's right. That's right.
Offhand attack.
Now you'll get an attack of opportunity.
7. Okay.
No, I think I just rolled the damage.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I don't even know if you hit.
Hell is wrong with this right now?
It's 929 and it knows what it's doing and it doesn't like it.
Yeah.
I see that.
You're pulling an Anakin Skywalker. We can't allow that.
All right, that's better.
It's all gonna stick anyway.
15. Okay, so that's 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Is that enough to kill him?
No.
Is he still moving away?
He is.
I'm sorry. I am truly sorry.
Technically, he's just gonna come closer as you stab him.
No, the bonus action was the stab. The first stab was a bonus action. It was an offhand attack. My action was to push him. My bonus action is to stab him. I stab him. Then he runs away. My reaction is my opportunity attack with the dagger. That's a 22.
Yep.
He's living.
So yeah, that just little fucker won't die. So that's 9 more points of damage. Does he finally fucking die?
The other guy died after.
Yeah.
David, if you're talking, we can't hear you, bud.
Second attack does nothing. Okay. Okay.
All right. Ernest.
Wait,
Yeah.
You cut out. Did he die?
You don't know.
Huh.
So, I'm just noticing that, like, left and right, children are dying, children are being barbecued alive, children are attempted to be, like, pushed off cliffs. And I'm just gonna look at, like...
You didn't see that.
I heard, like, the screams of, what are you trying to do? Push me in the cliff, in the hole. And, I'm going to give, like, a real quick perception check on the children, just to see if I can glean that this is some sort of, illusion, if they really are devils.
That would actually be an intelligence savings throw, sir.
Intelligence saving throw?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not good at it.
To see through illusions is an intelligence save.
Ugh.
Oh, if it's a save, you get a +5.
Yep.
Okay, so plus 18?
So if you were 18, that boy and children you see, everything about them looks real. The scuffs they make in the dirt when they walk, the movement of their clothes, everything looks as real can be.
Oh, God. Ernest would not be okay with just, the murder of children, but because he doesn't know if, like, someone's spirited away these kids and we are really, like, actually killing them, or if this is some grand illusion. I think it may be an illusion, but Ernest would not know 100% sure, and he's not someone who's going to cold-bloodedly kill someone. So he's kind of, like, just, like,
Does it matter if you hear gold jingling around in his pocket?
Depends on how much gold.
Well, you may have to beat him up. You may have to beat him up to find out.
Yeah, he's gonna look to Rowan, who's also, like a follower of Paylor, and I'm just gonna be like,
Children.
just kind of like look to him, like kind of like, what are we doing? Like, I understand this is a trial, but this goes against my teaching, our teaching, and I really like, kind of like.
Oh, I just now saw your thing, Corvus.
Well,
Come on, 6 seconds.
Yeah, what you doing, Ernest? Make up your mind.
I think I'm going to have to hold my action because
You got it.
pass it because I'm not about
Action
killing
I
kids.
respect that. I respect that.
Zareth, you are up. If you're speaking, Ethan, I can't hear you.
Sorry. Does the kid come any closer to Zaris? Does he get up off the ground and move towards him?
If you do wait even a minute or a second, he does stand, come to you, you take a second level of exhaustion.
That's okay. As the kid gets closer, if anybody were to be looking at Zaris at the time, Zaris is scared. Like this is a big, he's a huge lion. I mean, powerful, muscular, something that puts fear in people does not become afraid, and he is scared, backed up against the wall,
right,
like an animal backed into a corner, and he
Okay.
just takes a swipe with his claws, out of fear.
Okay. Roll to hit. That's a hit.
That's a big
And,
hit.
That's gonna be 6.
6 slashing.
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
And then he's gonna swing again.
No.
Okay. That is a hit.
For another 6.
All right. Same thing happened.
Yep.
Interesting.
Kid is still standing there, scared to death. Scared to death.
Not yet.
Eleander. Roll perception for me, please.
Sorry, I'm just realizing. Dragon Breath continues. That's cool. That's a new spell for me. I thought it was thematic. That's initiative, sorry.
That's a great initiative, but I need perception.
Five.
All righty. What you gonna do, sir?
I kind of the one that survived gave me an odd look. Just like, that was indeed strange. And I look over at like Ernest and Zaris dealing with him, and I kind of almost like reassuring my teammates. I go, it is cruelty we are here for, if you are for it. And I kind of like walk to this guy in the corner, and I'm gonna give him the dragon.
Make that level of exhaustion, but continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually. I'll stay 5 foot back because I can dragon breath from up to 15 feet. So I'll just paint the corner with him.
Give me that damage.
It's a dex save from you, and I'm gonna.
Woo! I think I make it.
16. Yeah, you make it.
He's a nimble little screwball. So he will take 6, though.
That's fine. I used this spell a lot in a previous game, and I was like, I'm gonna have to take that because you can do different types.
Perception check from you, sir.
Again?
From Roland.
Ah.
It's Roland's turn. Perception check, Roland.
Good for a +0. Probably not going to do what it needs to do, but still.
as you will.
Okay, so when Ernest is having his outward conflict,
Yep.
Roland will say, "It is against what you value because it is not Palor's trials we're going through." And I will activate my Warhammer with the bonus action. And as I'm passing him, I will say, "You've already failed a trial. You don't need to sink yourself low to pass this one." And I will go up to him, suffer the exhaustion, and make an attack.
Have at it.
16 damage.
16. That is a massive hit. For those that are in view, which is Ernest and the rest, that hit is undeniable. You see that Roland's hit does nothing.
Wait, what?
He hits that kid, and it literally does nothing.
Like, does it just, like, bonk off his head, or, like...
Yep, and everybody seems shocked. Kids seem shocked. Everybody seems shocked.
I mean, I guess there's nothing to do. I'm just gonna do the second attack just to kind of enforce of what I'm trying to do.
You enforce exactly what you just saw. 2 additional hits and nothing.
I guess I will wait to see how the kid reacts.
All right, he is standing there. If you did not take that next level of exhaustion, you would take that.
Yeah.
Corvus.
Okay, can you say cruelty is what? Cruelty is the.
I can put that back up there. Give me one quick second.
Cruelty is the weapon to keep your enemies at bay. Something along those lines.
Cruelty is the weapon that keeps your.
Let your cruelty be the knife that keeps your enemies at bay. So maybe a stabbing or slashing.
Well, I dragon breathed one to death, and the other one got thorn whipped.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm flying, by the way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No. Yeah, I'm just gonna move fire on this guy right here.
Okay, you put the fire on him. Like say, it does not seem to do anything.
Huh? Okay.
It doesn't seem to do anything other than the fact that he probably hops out of it.
Oh, I bet it's like a kill for each person, and if you've already killed one, you can't kill another.
Well, I haven't.
One hasn't killed one.
No.
All
right, are you going to move or stay where you are, Corvus?
I'm going to go down, help Vigor out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You got it. Vigor, Corvus comes up right beside you.
It sucks.
I'm just gonna say, I got this, and I am going to, bonus action. I'm gonna pull my flame tongue, and I'm gonna say, Duvesa. Bonus action. It's gonna burn in flame, and when the flame hits Vigor's face, you can see that a tear is rolling down his cheek.
Right.
And I'm just going to walk straight for the child.
Yep.
And I am going to just do fire damage to the kid. I'm going to try to hit it. I don't want to slash. I just want to do fire damage.
You're just going to lay the blade on him.
I want this to hurt the child.
Okay. You do that, and the two of you witness nothing. Not a
Golly.
singe
Oh,
on his
God.
tiny head.
Stab it! Stab it! Stab it!
However, he does do his best to run away from you. You moved up to him. You will take that exhaustion level. He will legendary move as
Attack
he
of opportunity.
does try to get away from you. Should you want to attack of opportunity, you may do so.
Full this time.
That is a hit. It literally runs across his back, fire and all, and you see no additional damage.
Golly.
Okay.
Ernest.
Seeing just, attacks bouncing off left and right after, the first several, children unfortunately met their end.
Yep.
Does Eli say anything? Is he making?
He of course, the continued thing, obviously scared. It is nothing but she promised you were here to save us. Obviously, it does not look like that's happening.
David, I actually screwed up because I'm at exhaustion. That should have been a disadvantage too.
That's fine. The effect would still be the same.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a hit or whatever. It does nothing. Ernest, you're up.
Yeah. This. Yeah. I'm kind of torn because while
you don't got to tell me. You just have to tell me what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I don't have a good answer. Ernest, as a character, as I imagine playing, would just probably
I want to voice, Brandon, that I don't think there's a wrong decision you can make if you're making it for what your character would do. I don't know if we all have to kill a guy or what the solution here is, but
I don't know if we can anymore. I don't even know if it matters anymore. I'm at the same time, half of me is why are we killing these kids? And the other half of me is wait a second. Shenanigans are afoot.
Can I input this, not for your character, just for the party? Have we hurt all of them?
I think these two are the only ones that haven't been damaged, I believe.
I damaged this
he
one.
hit the blonde one.
With
I
what?
hit it. My claws.
It didn't do anything.
It did. He took the
No.
damage. There's a big gash across his chest.
My perception revealed that it did not.
My second one didn't.
Oh, I didn't realize you made two.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I made two. My second one didn't.
Then I think that only this kid is the one not hurt.
But you bonked a hammer right off of his head.
I didn't make the perception roll, so I don't even know if that did anything.
Well, you saw it didn't do anything. However,
the punch, not the hammer.
Just to clarify some things, you did something to him before the hammer ever swung, and did damage.
Did the ginger kid in the corner get hit by any?
I frosty breathed him.
Yep.
I thought you
However,
didn't hit the ginger kid in the corner.
However, no, he did the second time, but he failed his perception.
Okay.
Interesting.
I didn't take your turn away from you, Ernest. I'm
In
sorry.
character, I only have one more option I'm gonna do, which
Ernest,
is
you're
gonna
up.
be the last of my thing.
Yeah, I'm going to defer my turn. I literally, as a character.
That's no problem. Zaris, you're back.
Zaris, I think, is going to do the same thing as Ernest, and in pure, just he's horrified at the fact that he's had to mutilate a child.
Okay.
To do nothing and walk and
go the different direction.
Run back this way. I mean, he's just horrified.
You got it.
And scared.
You got it, Eleander.
I'm gonna try. So last time I dragon breathed him.
Yep.
I either failed a perception check or it did damage, right?
That is correct, but you do know that little rascal bobbed and weaved and ducked and all kind of things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for you to tell.
I'll hit him one more time with the breath. I got concentration on it for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Is
that just a save from me?
Yeah. DC 15.
I'm gonna make it, but I need your perception.
Okay.
He ducks, bobs, and weaves. You now are assured that you hit him well. He might have ducked.
But that was my perception. The first one was the damage.
Oh, I got you. But he seems to have taken no damage.
No damage.
No damage whatsoever. Are you moving or staying?
I will step closer and take the second level of exhaustion.
Yep.
And I'll use my bonus action shield bash to knock him to the ground.
Okay.
To try to knock prone.
Sure. So. Strength to strength. I got a 17. Woo! Killing it with my commoner.
Level of exhaustion. Sorry. Exhaustion 2.
Little boy is bobbing, weaving. Can you beat a 17? Oh, he goes down. That does no damage, correct?
No, it just knocks him prone.
He goes prone. Rolling.
All right. Well, seeing as the attacks don't do anything, I'm going to say, well, you thought we came here to save you. We are not. And I'm going to walk away. I'm going to yell over my shoulder, get home by yourselves.
Ooh.
And
go ahead.
That'll be it.
All right, this is the 5th round. You find yourself ending and are immediately whisked away back into the main hall. You find that everybody does have a star on their head except for Ernest. There's no star for that. You had to commit any one act of cruelty upon any of them. It could be 1 hit point of cruelty. It could be 20 hit points of cruelty. Any one act. The death of the 2 children came because you far exceeded their hit points and the minor shield that was on them. If they could have survived through it, they would, after that, take no damage whatsoever. It did not have to be a killing blow. It just had to be a cruel act. So most of you that performed a second attack, they did 0. However, the way that played out with the first 2 is the dragon breath weapon not only killed the first one outright, it damaged the second one. Corvus's second act was enough to do enough damage to take out the other one with the thorn whip.
Interesting.
So it was basically 1 act of cruelty. And obviously, if you exceeded their enhanced hit points, it would still kill them. Versus if they survived, Zarus hit 1 for 4 points of damage in the beginning. Roland did 4 or 5, hitting it early as well. Vigor, his act of cruelty to me was shoving it in the hole. That's pretty cruel. So his second cruel act would have no effect. So with that, everybody comes back to the snowflake with the act of cruelty done. It looks like, if my scorecard so far is correct, Eleander, Roland, and Zarus have 3. Vigor has 2. Corvus has 2. Ernest has 1. Is that correct? Does that sound right?
Yep.
I think my scorecard is correct. So with that,
for a little roleplay moment, because I know we're getting to the end of the session.
Yeah.
As we come out of that, I turn and I kind of like look at everybody's head to see that they have the appropriate number. When I see that Ernest only has 1, I come over and I put my big hand on his shoulder and just like touch my forehead to his, and like say a little prayer with him, but not like to a god, like a very generic
Non-denominational.
Yeah, and I kind of give him a nod, like I get it, I get it.
Vigor's simply going to take his sword and go, Duvesa, and have it put out and drop it. And he is going to walk over to the corner, collapse into a heap, and cry.
I would love to. How late are we willing to stay on? Because Zaris is about to have a pretty heavy roleplay moment, and I don't know how long it's gonna take.
I'm good, man.
I'll stay on and roleplay as late as people are up.
Well, good, because it involves you.
You did this.
Yep.
Oh, you did.
You did this to me.
It really is. People willing to stay on? But I can just as easily pick up at the beginning of next session. No problem.
So, I mean, if somebody's got to go, we can do it at the start of next session.
Yeah, I'll have no problem with that either. If somebody does have to leave.
I've got nowhere else to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done for the night. So
Just
like,
taking a nap is all I'm doing.
yeah. So we want to like.
So with the trial done, if you want to move back out into the main room, you do have one left.
Alex, are you good for a little while?
Yeah, I might not be right at the mic. I'm gonna do some stuff, get ready for bed, but I'll be listening.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'll probably
Ethan's
be
got
doing the
something
same thing.
big.
We can come back out here into the main thing, so everybody can be a part of it. But Zaris, if you look, as you look at him, as you see him come out of the room, has tears, wet lines down his fur. You can tell he's been crying, and he walks up to Eleander and just tries to shove him backwards 5 feet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like
that
full on
sucked.
take it.
Oh, you just take it?
Because you had tears in your eyes.
And
actually, no. Let me see if I can roll. I think I might have a better moment.
Because that's
Hey,
bad.
David, do we still have exhaustion?
It's a shoving contest. Do what?
Do we still have the exhaustion?
If you do have the exhaustion, you do still have it.
Oh,
so we're
Gotcha.
both.
So that's a disadvantage.
I rolled as low as I could get, though, so I'm not
Yeah,
gonna roll
his
again.
is low.
Well, Ellie has to roll again. He could get a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo,
Okay,
shoot the moon.
So he goes to shove me, and like he gets like 2 shoves in before I just like grab him. I'm gonna bear hug him and let.
He
you have
does,
your
yeah,
turn.
right. He goes to shove you. You just don't back up. You
Zaris
take it.
fights you off of him.
Okay, yeah, I throw the hands up after that. That's just like, I get it. I don't say anything, but I'm just stone faced.
We just murdered and mutilated children.
2. Only 2.
But we mutilated
They were not
4 others.
It could have been much worse, but you got 2.
And you still choose to serve that god?
No.
The god you swear is good and can be
No.
redeemed. We just murdered children.
Eleander does reply after he lets you get it out. But I go, listen, I am no cleric. I am no pastor or preacher, and I am damn sure not an evangelical of this God. I swore an oath to ideals and to nature and to the way things are, and it has taken me a long time to figure out how things work. And I am not forcing or asking anyone to go through this, but if we want to stop the rhyme, if we want to stop Levissus, if everybody here wants to make sure things come out okay in the end, we're going to have to do some things that are awful because we're playing with people that are doing things that are awful. And if we aren't willing to go all the way, they are. And if we go all this way and fail, then we've made the problem worse for trying. So I'm sorry that this affected you the way it did. And if I could have done all of it on my own, sure, I would have. But I don't serve her. Let me get that real clear.
Those weren't children.
What oaths did you take? Did you take the cruelty oath? Did you swear to her that you'd be willing to murder children? Is that the oath you took?
No. I did take an oath of cruelty, but in decisiveness and in unyieldingness. I'm going to do the things that need to get done when other people can't. And I kind of like gesture, like raise my eyebrows. Not being sassy, I'm just like, I want to get across that Eleander is very cold, but he knows why you're mad at him, and he thinks that's fair. But, like, he's trying to get across that, like, he is willing to bear this cross, and he's sorry that you bared it with him.
I just don't understand how you can keep an oath to a god whose oath stands for something like that. Decisiveness can be cruel, but what we just did, what we just had to do, that's not decisiveness. That's evil. And if you think for 1 second that I'm just going to let you walk away with Auril into the sunset, that's not going to happen. She deserves to die.
Can you prove that those were children? Can any of us?
Can you?
As far as Zara, can you prove that they're not?
No.
As far as Zaris believes that they are.
But logic dictates that the bones on the outside were not theirs. Probably victims of theirs before. Those were demons. Those were shells. That was not. Those were not children. They didn't even run when we came in.
Yeah, they were children. They wanted to be saved. They were scared.
While we're talking, how's Roland and Ernest doing? I know Alex is away from the mic, or might be.
I'm here. I did my thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I want to make sure everybody's in on this because it feels very heavy.
Very, very roleplay heavy.
Vigor's still in the other room crying.
Those are
I'm assuming
has yet to return.
This is a shouting match. It's just 10 o'clock over here.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I want to be super clear to Ethan. You're shouting. Eleander is responding low and calm, and like there's almost a look on his face like he's gonna cry, but not because of what like he was fine when he came out of the room.
Yeah.
After experiencing death and being face to face with a so-called devil that is not working, or at least he says he's not working with Auril. I don't know what I believe, but I know those were not children.
I do want to clarify something there on the DM side of things.
Mm-hmm.
At no point did LaVista say he was not working with Auril.
Yep.
Right. I asked.
I'm aware of that.
Yes. He clearly made it clear he was working with Auril. That he was indeed working with her.
Interesting.
Hey, David.
He's gonna get what she wants. He's gonna get what he wants, and they are indeed. They have struck a deal between themselves. Yes, Vigor.
Vigor's gonna pull out the dagger that he used to try to stab the kid.
Okay.
Is there any blood or anything on the dagger?
Ooh, good point.
No.
That's a great point.
And as you think back on it, what was your first cruel act?
Trying to push him in. Yeah, I got you.
Right. And what was your other act? What was the every act after that?
Trying to complete the first act.
Right. But obviously you had a dagger, then you had a sword.
Yeah.
Does Zaris have any blood on his claws?
Zaris wants to look at his claws and hold that up to Corvus and to Eleander and to everyone else in the room.
Then we need to go back to every single attack we've ever had on this place.
Your first claw attack would have drawn blood. Every claw attack after that, 0.
This is
same for Eleander.
Yeah.
His first dragon breath burned both of them in his first cruel act.
Ice, but yeah.
Everything after his first act did nothing. That was the perception checks and such. And it went that way for everybody. Corvus's first act was to thorn whip. Everything Corvus did after that was 0. Same for Roland.
I didn't
Roland's
get a chance
first
to
act.
attack.
Roland's first. You hit him with a thorn whip, which does damage.
But I didn't do it. There wasn't a second act, as you said. There was not a second act for me to observe anything.
Oh, your second act was the fire, where you put the fire on it and the kid took nothing. I didn't
I
ask
had
for
already hit
perception. I didn't ask for perception on that one because it would be way obvious.
Yeah,
He
they're
just
not
didn't
children.
burn.
Yeah.
Right. It's not that they were not children. It's that there's magic involved. Anything past the first act does 0. Roland's first act was to smash him with a shield and knock him back. Everything he did after that was nothing. It was
That's why I couldn't kill a second kid.
That's why he couldn't kill the second kid. Any one cruel act. Now, your one cruel act
Was
could have
enough.
been Meteor Swarm and killed them all
Mm-hmm.
if it was a huge enough cruel act. If Vigor had succeeded in shoving the kid in the hole, that'd have been the end of that.
Yep.
It's just like the first kid failed to save.
So I guess to reply to Ethan.
So there would be blood on that one
claw.
hit that the claw did.
Vigor is going to pull out a cloth and vigorously clean the blade as if there was blood on it.
Right.
God
That'll
damn,
track.
John, that's good.
That'll track. I mean, like I say, it all revolved around what your first act was. It didn't have to be huge, but it had to be cruel. You smash a kid with a shield, that ain't nice.
Gotcha.
If you perceive it as a child, we will never know.
Zaris holds the claw up.
At the moment,
Zaris
Corvus is right, but Zaris does show you some proof.
Zaris.
So I
holds
have this
the claw
question
up.
for Zaris.
Okay.
After a moment, Eleander sighs, and he's not like accusing you or like making a question. He's just looking down because he's drawn his sword, but I'm like pointing it at the ground and like looking at the blade. I'm trying to see if it'll frost over like it normally does.
Yep.
But I say out loud, there will always be children in the cave.
Well, that
Wait,
doesn't mean we
Zaris-
have to go murder them.
Zaris, just what kind of armor are you wearing, Eleander?
I'm wearing plate mechanically, so
Okay.
something pretty nice and padded and covered in furs.
He just takes his bloody claw, slaps a big old bloody paw print on the breastplate of your plate mail. Looks
Sure.
at you with just a pure glare of anger.
Mhm.
She'll die for this. And just turns away from you and sits with Vigor in the corner.
Alrighty. Anybody else got anything to say on the manor?
I cast Mending on his blade fur, and it falls right off.
Vigor is going to undo his backpack. He's going to start going through it, and he's going to find his wineskin at the bottom. He's going to take a draw of it, and he's going to offer it to Zaris.
Zaris refuses the wine, but pulls out the 2,500 gold piece hookah and starts to smoke.
Vigor just nods.
Classy.
Classy.
Eleander is gonna walk over to the last door and just kind of like stand there in meditation. Did the sword frost up, by the way?
Out here it did.
Okay.
That
all I need
sword
to know.
frosts up out here as it has every other time and anywhere else you have wanted it.
Cool.
Yeah. Roland isn't as affected at this, but his posture is a bit slouched from what he had to do. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like he's not
So yeah,
terribly
I feel
mentally
like Roland
scarred from
kind
it.
of gets it, at least from where Eleander's coming from.
Vigor's going to say, I know they weren't real, but it felt real.
Zaris puts his paw out and shows Vigor the blood on his paw and says, I'm not quite so sure they weren't real. This feels pretty real.
I guess
The
the
other
blood
ones
on me
were real.
is not real either. I died today, so I'm not
The other
holding
ones
any
were real.
punches. I'm not holding any punches.
I
I mean, Vigor, you died. You met with the devil, a devil himself. The other
I
ones were
did.
real. What's so different about this right here?
I did, and I fought for my soul. And this does not feel like what I should do with a soul.
If they were normal
Just-
children, the second
you just-
strike would have done something.
Takes another swig. Again, I know they may not have been real, but it felt real. That boy, I know him. Cruelty is cruelty. It still feels the same.
Zarsh just takes another hit of the hookah and just doesn't say anything.
That was good. Man.
All right, then, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything else to say, we'll wrap it up right here. We've got one trial left, and then, of course, the remainder of the fortress.
Yeah, to put a period on it.
And if that truly was too much for anybody,